morning, everyone. I'm called Mariam. I'm a business lady. I have a cafe called JJ's Cafe, which is Italy. I do coffees, smoothies, juice, fresh juice, coffee, tea, please. Thank you, neighbors. I love you.
Manager at an IT solutions firm. And for my private establishment, I co-own a liquid soap business called AGM. We are out there. You can support us, 10,000 Nigerian. We have 3 scents: unscented, lemon, and lavender. And I also run a clothing business. I sell second-hand clothes for ladies. Ladies, come to me.
Simple. I'm working with Britannia Light Industries, but I'm a farmer. I love turkeys, hens, ducks, and everything as regards to farming. Next meeting, everybody.
It's Mariam. I'm the CEO and founder of Golden Age Elderly Homes Uganda. Golden Age, we take care of old people. We have a training academy for nurses and caregivers. Thank you.
By the names of Attain Soul Mekatende, I'm married. I'm a private farmer, and I'm a director with JK Continental. We do clearing and forwarding. In case of anything, please, you can come and clear with us. Thank you.
My name is Shumi Sonia. I work as a HR manager in Uganda Authority, but for the side hustle, I do agency and I'm a spot. I sell phones. I also do mobile money.
I'm happy to see you again for our AGM 2023. My name is Ronald Sewunya, and I head the investment unit. I work with Airtel Uganda, and I was a banker before I switched. And now we are driving this journey of stress-free, because I have a digital company, CEO of digital innovations, and provide solutions and systems for people who want to digitize the operations and be able to reach out and see how we can help you in that journey. Of course, I'm married, 2 kids and a wife, but I've been challenged by Dora. She's recruited everyone around her. So I already started with my sister in the UK. She's already joined, and her kids. So I'm also going to recruit my wife and with my kids. And also I think I'm going to recruit the rest of my family members to be part of stress-free. We need to make this a community, because we know each other and we don't know where we are supposed to meet each other, because we need to let our kids and our people around us know that these are the people who we are working with to make better our lives. Thank you very much.
Everyone, I'm called Kemi Sharidia Kemi. I work with Bank of Uganda, Bravo Shoes, and on the side I do first dresses. I do detox dresses, and then I co-partner with Bravo. We run Bravo Shoes. I'm glad to meet you all.
Hey friends, Kitui Deborah Woba. I do real estate, property consultant with Next Move Properties. We have offices in Matuga, at Matuga Shopping Center, and in Kokonjero at Freedom Mall. So if you're looking for those nice houses, if you're looking for lake, river, lakefronts or views, we are the answer. If you have your properties, you need people to manage for you, don't stress. A stress-free member here will give you no stress. Yet your money will be on your account.
With Ben Kawede. I am a child development personnel and a teacher. I am currently working at Monagins International Schools, which is in Nigeria, and we use a Christian curriculum called Accelerated Christian Education. So if you're looking for where to take your children, please bring them to Nigeria at Monagins. Yeah, and on the side, I sell children's clothes from first class, second-hand clothes for children. So yeah, that's what I do on the side. Thank you very much.
My name is Johnny. This is my wife. When I entered here, I got a bit of nervous because from a real view, it looks like it's a feminine kind of thing.
That goes to you all.
It just seems not to be gender sensitive. And where I work, there is something called diversity, equality, and inclusion. So, yeah, I'm a human resource practitioner with an experience of close to 10 years. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Letitia Tony, I come from Shumi. I'm a mother of 4, work with the US agency as a nurse.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Mohaire Von Mubala, my name. I'm attending this AGM for the very first time. And I work with the National Water and Sewerage Corporation. Most people actually who work with National Water usually introduce up to National Water. But yeah, it is National Water and Sewerage Corporation. I'm a performance analyst and in charge of compliance. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
I'm Hamilton Akaba, CPA. We are representing Khan Associates, who are your auditors, external auditors for you members. And I'm happy to be here once again. I've been working with you the journey for so far 3 years, and we are so much grateful. As Khan Associates, we do tax advisory, accounting, and audit, of course, the services we offer. So as members, still you can come to office for other service in addition to the service we give you as free investment. Our offices are directly opposite there, in Bank room 208, level 2. Thank you.
My name is Rita Nawide. Bravo likes calling me Solo. It's also my name. I'm delighted to be here today. I would love to make new friends today. I've met Deborah. Nice to meet you, Deborah. I'm into mental health. I part-time with Mental Health Uganda. I also do my own private work, counseling. My aim in counseling is to make sure that we all become aware about mental health. I have a page on Facebook, it's called My Story, My Healing. From personal experiences, your story, no matter how negative it is, can become a point of healing for you and other people. When you talk about your story, it helps other people to realize that they can actually, no matter what challenge you have, no matter what mental health challenges you have, you can actually live a very purposeful life. I also have recently started doing mental health awareness in companies. I can come to a workplace and talk about mental health. You tell me in advance, I prepare and come and talk to you. I do HIV counseling, I do school counseling, I do child counseling, I also do marriage or relationship, sorry, not marriage but relationship counseling. In future, I would like to have a mental health hub, a place where you realize that many of you here, we all have mental health issues, but many of us don't know. Okay? There are those moments you're going through something, and then you just want to find a place. Even your home becomes like a problem to you. Your workplace becomes a problem to you. Have you seen people lately I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook where people say, is there a place I can just go to? Like, I just want to move away from everything, okay? I've seen people that post on Facebook suicidal messages. I always reach out to them. So that's the kind of work that I'm basically doing, and that's my passion. So in case you see someone or have someone on Facebook, I'm Rita Nawide. If there is anyone that's having a lot of challenges in that area, please always hit me up. I can always speak to them. I have spoken to so many people. that have actually moved from a place of if you feel frustrated, if you feel like your life has no meaning, I can be your person, right person. In future, when I open that hub, it will be a home where actually a person can come, you come feeling frustrated, and you leave feeling hopeful again. So I also hire out bouncing castles, play items for children. We partner with my sister. So in case you have a function, you need a bouncing castle, you check Facebook for Lois Amusement World. I shall bring that castle to you. Thank you so much.
And business lady. I'm the MD and founder of Michael Power Financial Consult. We offer financial services, loans for businesses, emergency salary, and school fees. So you're going to be stress-free, and then you're stressed. Just reach out, and we shall see what to do. I am also into real estate, and we have some sites in Gayaza. We have deals in Gayaza Nakasaja. We have Nakwero. We have Kashiri, and so many others. Also Nakasongola. So if you're looking to buy land, affordable land, you may not afford 100, but we have plots from at least 80 million and above. So reach out after this AGM, and as usual, I offer myself to volunteer with stress-free. Good morning, stress-free members. I'm called Nalbeka Jalia. I use Masterful on the page. I'm a business lady. I deal in second-hand first-class ladies, and I also do research. And I'm happy to be part of that.
Good morning, members. My name is Akamala Letitia. I wanted to my name is the other one. Nice to meet you. My name is Akamala Letitia, and I work with the Ministry of ICT, National Guidance, attached to Molago Specialized Women and Event Hospital. We deal with ladies who are preparing to have children, to give birth, from that beginning of your life to the menopause stage. I'm happy to be here once again.
Helena Jambo. I work with MTN. My son also is praying. Thank you
so much. And we play God intervene throughout your life.
Morning, everyone. My name is Natasha Kamponzi Onega. I love beautiful things, so my hustle is I'm a makeup artist and beautifying homes. I have cushion covers and part of the people exhibiting. So come kalango kawele never is a stress-free. But I have a stress-free kalango. Nice to meet you all.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Shumi Sonia. I think I'm the youngest here.
Nice to have you.
How old are you? 17 years old. I went to Mariam High School. Yes, I'm a candidate. So I also invest in this wonderful club, and I'm happy to be here.
My name is Nina Dachito. Accountant, Stress-Free Investment Club, and I am happy I'm matching names to faces. Simple, Gertrude, yes, yeah, as usually call me and disturb me, but I always help out. And Player Mutagaya, she's always reaching out. And yeah, for someone who has been having challenges, she has really taken time to follow up on her payments, which some people are not doing, and it's really frustrating that someone like Ash can reach out, and she's always coming to Flambeau Shoes, that's where our offices are. She's always coming there looking for me, and I'm always there to help her. Claire, keep up the spirit. I work with KCCA, Treasury Officer, I work with Flambeau, I work with Stress Free, all accounting. I have no side hustle, actually. My side hustles are all accounting jobs. Thank you.
Soma. I'm a writer, I work with the New Vision, and I'm the head of communications, Bravo Shoes, community support organization. I'm here to do content. The previous content which came around and read about, I was behind it as a writer. The article you saw with the New Vision that was shared with the organization, with the Stress Free Investment Club. So, thank you very much.
Online introduction, thank you. Most welcome, Sebo.
It's a pleasure to be on platform with everybody. And I am the administrator standing for the administration post right now for Stress Free Investment Club. My background is in electrical engineering. I work for the city of Los Angeles. I also into philanthropy like my brother Brian and my sister Dora Rebecca. I had a nonprofit organization called One Project Foundation, aka Operation One Project. Thank you so much for giving the idea of how group economics. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing works. It actually works. Also for now as well. We are going to extend this offer to you as well. You also going to get 3 months, of savings as well, because of the challenges that you've been able to go through. But the fact that you start with the idea of savings and investment as well, and you keep on showing for the AGM too. So the information will be coming through our ED. And for those two, we need to take down those names. I need to get those names, please. That's my offer to them, because when we have members like this that are showing commitment to the investment club, it's amazing. So happy deliberations, everybody. I love you so much. I wish I was there. Dora, thank you so much for betraying me, being in Uganda without even giving me a heads up. And we got something to talk about. So we'll talk about that later on. But happy deliberations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just proud and happy to be a part of this financial journey, and I'm looking forward to the best that is yet to come. Thank you so much.
Tony, are you there?
Good morning, members. I'm Julius Birunji. I live and work in Budapest, Hungary. I work with WHO as the head of policy division for supply and procurement. I also have a side hustle back in Uganda. I'm a civil engineer and I have real estate. And I'm glad to be a member of Stress Free Investment Club. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Julius.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning. By the name is Nigeria Denise Bulgaria. And I work with Uptake Africa Solar Company, Juba branch. So I work in South Sudan, and I'm happy to be here. I hope we have a successful meeting and that all goes well. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Fiona, and based here in Denmark. I'm happy to be a proud member of Stress Free Investment Club. And like Dora said, Mrs. Rebecca, Dora, like she said, she has friends, family, and I'm telling you, I have a big family seated there with you right now.
Thank you.
Are you hearing me?
We need
video.
We need a video. We need you on camera.
No, my video is jammed by the way. I don't know why.
But I'm a senior state attorney with Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I have a side business. I have a winery in Mutungo, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, and we are very, very humbled. As I call the meeting to order, I would like to request some people to move forward. Our secretary, take up your seat. Head of investment, Ronald Sebunya.
Bakubireko mu ngalo abantu abo bakola omulimu gwa ttendo.
And I think we can have those. Alex is our admin. He's already on the table as well, much as he's online. So my name is Yesije Brian Bravo. Those who have never met me, I know many of you have never met me. And this is amazing, okay? I've always told members, I said, how do you go in a WhatsApp group and start quarreling with somebody you've never met? And even have the energy to flex and even take a decision to leave the club when you've never met the amazing members that we have. Do you get my point? So I always say that if you have never met somebody, how do you start flexing with them? It's like when you go on social media, that you find somebody is quarreling with someone that you've never met on social media. You may never know. Maybe somebody is in a small muzigo somewhere, he's taken his waraji, and he found that everybody on the group is shouting, isn't it? And then they also pick up. When they don't even hate you, but it's the order of the day. Isn't it, guys? So I am very, very humbled, and I feel very proud. Look at the profiles that we have, guys, here. I saw somebody on the group says, in the chat, there are more women than men, isn't it? Isn't it? Look, women, we have always, fought for your what? For your rights. And it's out of, I would call it mystic, that majority of members are ladies. And those who are going to destroy this group are ladies. Yeah, because you are the majority. You are the ones who are going to destroy this. My role was to bring people together. And 3 years, I am very proud. That 3 years, the club is growing better. And I believe our auditor, you will see how best our accounts are doing very well. Much as we've had different challenges, we've had exits, of course. We've had entries. There are those who have come on board, and there are those who have also left. Someone will ask, why are people leaving? People change. Taste and preference does what? Change. Somebody's maybe thought of something, maybe it has not worked for them. We let them do what? And that's why we don't have any quarrels of people saying, Mumpa Kange. Because in our constitution, I knew that when people quarrel, everybody will say, Mumpe Zange Kolechi, and there is no member who has complained. We put up a restriction of 10%, isn't it? Just to deter members from going away. But even somebody says, yeah, retain your 10% and give me my money, isn't it? But I want to tell members that it takes a journey to build anything great. I've been an entrepreneur in my life. I've been at my address for 23 years. I'm still struggling through business. Now for you 3 years, you're asking people, what have you done in 2 years? Okay, you guys in your own lives, what have you done? Muzadabana. If there are jobs, have you got better jobs? Maybe no. Isn't it? So if you cannot grow at that rate, why do you want stress-free to grow at a terrific speed and we crash? I've been telling people that 3 years we've been sieving Kajejena, isn't it? So we've been sieving to see who are the serious members. And we're getting there. You also see in our report that when you get the number, those who are beyond, who are actually up to date by June, they're the greatest members. But it doesn't mean that that number that falls below 3 million, they are not serious. Maybe they're remaining with only 2 months to be up to date. But we are great. Women, you know that there are many organizations that support women, isn't it? Why don't we position ourselves there and get the money? But each one of you is looking about money, money, money. It's not about money. Because there's no money we are going to get and that is enough. We should be proud that we we are connected to Dora, who is in Virginia. That in case you have a brother, a sister, you already have a connection in the States. We have Ronald, I have a challenge. My sister, my cousin, my friend is in the States, they are stuck. Can we help? Because the only password is stress-free. Myself, I'm Rotarian. Rotarians, whenever you travel in the whole world, you always have Rotary to attend. That's a service beyond self. That's the difference. So if we have this, we have the power of getting there. So guys, let's take out money in this thing first. Can we have a connection that if we have a human resource manager in UA, maybe your sister is looking for employment, we have members across, you've seen Mr. Birunji. Mr. Birunji works with one of the largest organizations in the world. You don't know the profile that we have, Mr. Birunji. You will come here and you will see him. We have the power of people out there. But when we start spreading negativity, you've seen me, I'm a decision maker. Unfortunately, I'm stepping down today. Because I promised guys that July 2023, I have to step down as the executive director. I have to set the standards, isn't it? We all went to school. You have the capacity. So I don't want to have the founder's syndrome. Where I've been taking a decision, this time I will not take a decision. Because I am getting a boss, isn't it? What am I trying to pass on to you guys? That even if we start something, we can let other people run and we watch them grow through the system. And I don't want to hear anyone. I don't want to hear anyone telling me, you know, bravo, and we should not have that discussion, guys. I don't want any discussion of saying, bravo, you see. No, I am a member of the club, isn't it? So I want to be at the back bench, and I let the team also run. So that in mind, let's not be a discussion to waste our time. That we're going to get somebody who can lead us as well, and let's have a team to lead us. But again, I would tell members, money should be secondary. In any business that you do, in any side hustle you're in, money should be secondary. Our primary mission will be, can we have a club that we can grow, that we are proud? We are saving very little, guys, that we may not even, achieve our dreams sooner, isn't it? But it's up to you to say, can we get to maybe save more? But these 3 years have been 3 years of COVID. And we needed to help members through COVID, isn't it? We needed to help members transit. I know most of you were saying, why are they not saving? These guys, Now, if I was rough to everyone, who has saved on time? There are very few members. People who are saving on time. We have few here, majority are the diaspora members. They save on time. I don't think they have the money, but because they want to get in touch with our back home, and we can be the great link.
Edie?
Yes.
Our guest of honor is here.
Wow.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. Let's stand up for our guest of honor. So, I was talking about having our history of being COVID. That many people were forcing others to run out because you wanted us to put pressure on them, isn't it? It's a club we have not had fines. It's a club we have not had, those funny things, you know them. I know some of you may not be happy, but because sometimes you wake up with the wrong side of your bed and all stress goes to the group where we are stress-free, isn't it? So I would like to change our mindset and know that we've walked a journey of 3 years, we have saved, and we've not had any challenges, guys. And I believe we can get there. So I would like to congratulate you for our 3rd year of our journey, and I believe, guys, we can make it. We can make it. But most of all, guys, money should be secondary. Don't come stress-free because of money. Come in to connect. Come in to have our profiles out there. Come in to say, if I want to bravo and I have a challenge, can I consult him? If I want somebody here and I have a challenge somewhere else, can they be there for me? This is what should be important. We should even have a luxurious AGM. And it's possible where we maybe join up as family. Or maybe where we look at having it in a more place out there. Or maybe an AGM where we're saying we are going to visit maybe, your name has run. Veronica. That maybe we are going to visit Veronica on that AGM to know what she does. She's the only person who takes care of the old people. Whenever she delays to reply my message, I tell her, do you have now dementia? Because, because of what she does. She's doing amazing things, looking after the old people. If you would know it, each of you, we need to know what you're doing so that we either support or even encourage you and motivate you to do what you're doing. If you are not in a side hustle and you want to start a side hustle, there are members who are doing private side hustles. And somebody would want to consult you and say, can we do this? In our AGM, we should be able to be showcasing seriously what we are doing. Let's enjoy, guys. May I tell people there's no money that is enough. And when we reach time to die, the Muslims say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Ngogenze, you don't carry nothing. So guys, the habit of going on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and we start attacking each other, no, really, we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. You get it? If there is any challenge, let's have some decency and talk about, even if there's something, call an admin, call Bravo, what happened? Okay, I need to understand. Don't just follow before you do what? You know. So we would respect each other because we're all parents and we all have, what to do. So thank you so much. Our MC, I think we can set up our program as it's supposed to be. My remarks are done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Edie.
Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you. Let's humble ourselves and pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for this beautiful morning. We thank you for Stress Free Club and for the finances that help us save. We thank you, Lord, for the life that we are here and for the members that are online. As we gather, Lord, help the club grow and shine, and help us as the club not only to save, but social network. We are gathered here in your name, and we believe through you, O God, everything is going to go as planned. And as Stress Free Club, we are yet to shine and grow bigger. We've just begun. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Letitia.
Hi, everyone. I hope you all have the minutes, our previous minutes, AGM minutes, that occurred on the August 27th, 2022. Our agenda was arrival of guests and breakfast at 8 a.m., calling of members to order, national anthem, opening prayer, opening remarks by the EED, reading previous AGM minutes, and reactions and adoptions of the previous AGM minutes. We had item 5 as reports, and we got reports from the treasurer, auditor, and then we had reactions from the members. On point 7, we had presentations from the head of investments, we had national housing representative, members' reactions, and then on point number 9, we had the guest of honor speech. Item number 10, we had amendments that we voted in, and then we had closing remarks. People enjoyed their lunches and they went home excited. So in details, minute 1, we had the arrival of guests. We thank everybody that attended our last annual general meeting. The ED called the meeting to order, as he has just done in a few minutes. The national anthems were sung. Buganda anthem by Miss Linda Ocheng. The opening prayer was followed by the introduction of club members. The opening remarks, where the ED apologized for starting late due to unprecedented issues. He went on to show disappointment for less turn-up, despite members confirming attendance. He stated that the women were the majority, and hence the club entirely depended on the women. Mr. Bryan appreciated all the members present and affirmed security of members' savings. He confirmed that the club was audited and an audit report was available. He narrated to the club that venturing in stress-free was safe business at the time. Mr. Isiga stressed that the club would not hold members that are not complying to the club's obligations. He stated that all members that want to exit are free to exit. Mr. Yesiga mentioned the importance of meeting with club members, which included building connections. He stressed that the club had many professionals and business people. He stated the club will be venturing into many opportunities, especially for the development of the club, including being part of the UNA conferences that take place annually in the USA. He mentioned that club members have gotten a lot of unprecedented challenges, which included severe sickness and loss of spouses and loved ones. The ED ended his speech apologizing for the guest of honor for the day, Mr. Dunstan Chisule, who couldn't make it to the AGM. He requested club members to inspire others, particularly pointing to Ms. Nzuri Catering Services. Mr. Yesiga called members to volunteer for the club and stated that there is need of more secretaries to work with the club secretary, Doral Vega. So Ms. Anxious Kajojo read the previous minutes, and which Ms. Linda asked members proposed to. We had a treasurer's report, and I'm gonna go through briefly because we all have this due to time. The presentation was made by Mr. Serwanja Ronald, the new club treasurer, who explained in his report that he shared it to all members and individuals saving with the club. The savings for the previous annual year were supposed to amount to a total of 2 million by the time of the AGM. Mr. Selwanja highlighted that only 5% of the members had saved Uganda shillings 2 million at the time. 44% of the members had saved above 1 million, but below 22 million. 23% had saved above Uganda shillings 500,000, but below 1 million shillings. 13% had saved below Uganda shillings 500,000, though with a saving below Uganda shillings 240. Mr. Selwanja continued to explain that the savings collected were held in unit trust, an insurance company where the club receives interest periodically. He further mentioned that we have a treasury bond that we have held for 2 years. He mentioned that 33 members exited the club and we had 334 members at the time. He mentioned that we have a booster of Uganda shillings 200,000 shillings. He stated that monthly savings increased from 60,000 to 90,000, and this has boosted our savings. Savings are held by treasury bonds and 2 accounts in UAP, with a principal and interest account. He stated that there is an increase of 102% to our investment portfolio from the Uganda shillings 224 million shillings to 454 million shillings. I'm not giving the details, the small amounts of the money there, but rough estimate. We proceeded and had the auditor's report. The auditors were done by Khan Associates, certified auditors, represented by Mr. Agaba Hannington. He stated that the report had been given to the club, but he would highlight a few things. Audits are independent to the club of Stress-Free Investment Club for the year ending 30th June 2022. In his opinion, he stated that audits were fair and covered all financial transactions and additions of Stress-Free Investment Club. He stressed that audits followed regulatory laws governing investment clubs in our country. He therefore concluded the audits and said they were true, fair, and unbiased. He said they were signed by himself, Mr. Agaba Hannington. The auditors and treasurer's reports were received by Mr. Simon Enamu on behalf of the club, and Ms. Linda Ocheng seconded them. Minute 6 were the reactions to the treasurer and auditor's report. Mr. Douglas was concerned about the Uganda shilling 2 million as put in the treasurer's report. The ED explained that to avoid any discrepancies in member savings, all members were meant to pay Uganda shillings 90,000 a month per the second annual year to bring it up to the amount of 2 million for the 2 years. Mr. Simon questioned the position of the treasurer as per the management structure of Stress-Free Investment Club constitution, and advocated for the club to get 2 structures that oversight structure and technical team for day-to-day management of the club's activities. He raised a concern about the previous AGM minutes, saying that they missed out some action points regarding what had been done and what had not been done, giving members a chance to air out their questions. Mr. Enam further noted that the previous AGM states that members raised questions that were addressed. He advocated that such questions ought to be captured in minutes, as they could be the action points taken. In the response to Mr. Enamu, the ED noted, however, that the constitution is still being amended to fit the current club requirements. He further explained that the constitution was hurriedly put in place at the inception of the club, and our own members, Her Lordship Anxious Kajojo, is working tirelessly to make the necessary updates. Head of Investment presentation. The head of investment, Mr. Sebunya Ronald, gave a summary of what has been happening to members' saving regarding investments. He stated that the objective of the investment in venturing giving a total return of 12% interest. Bonds give us an average of 13%, while unit trust gives us 10.75% on average. He stated that Stress-Free Investment Club has a goal of accumulating USD 500,000 by the end of 5 years. Mr. Ronald further mentioned that the club is managing risks well, citing the continuous saving done amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. He, however, noted there is a decline in savings, which could be attributed to inflation and economic decline. He urged members to commit to saving to the club to meet its objectives. He hinted on the fact that the club is trying to build strategic partnership in line with our key objectives. He stated that on the 25th August 2022, the Unit Trust Fund had approximately 271 million in deposits. The next Unit Trust account, which is the investment of interest, is approximately 24 million. And the total trust deposit is 295 million. The 10-year bond in Uganda shillings is 160 million seated in Bank of Uganda. Cash in DFCU Bank is Uganda shillings 13 million. Total interest on UAP in Uganda shillings was 30 million, and interest earned from the bond is 24 million, which is an additional interest of 1.5 million earned from the reinvested bond interest. The total deposit today is Uganda shillings 501 million, half a billion mark in 2 years. Mr. Ronald further explained that members not saving are costing the club 177 million annually, which is pulling the club 50% below the expected growth rate. Mr. Sebunya concluded by highlighting the importance of members pushing in their savings for the club to grow and achieve objectives. So that's Amendment 7. So Minute 7. Minute 8, wherever we can push through as soon as we can, we will do that. So I'll not read all the details. So we had amendments on 8. So due to limited time, the agenda was compromised last time, and we don't want to compromise it now. So I'll be very fast. Amendment 9 was Article 9 and be as follows. The club increases its annual membership from Uganda shillings 30,000 to 50,000 shillings. The club increases registration fees for new members joining the club from Uganda shillings 50,000 to 100,000 shillings. That the executive committee be permitted to recover the annual membership from each member's account directly from savings in case one fails to remit the same in the first month of the new financial year. Amend Article 13(7) to read as follows. The treasurer shall be principal finance officer of the club. Ensure the club's funds are well managed with a high standard of accountability and transparency. Prepare or cause the account to prepare monthly financial statements and report to be presented to the members and general meeting. The treasurer shall spend dispersed funds of the club only in consultation and on approval of the executive committee. Keep and cause to be kept books setting forth a truth record of the members' savings, receipts, expenditures, invoices, assets, liabilities, losses, and gains of the club. Cause monthly internal audits of the members' savings and investments. Be the supervisor of the accountant to reconcile the accounts of the members with the bank statement. Cause the external audit of the accounts reports every financial year with auditors appointed by the annual general meeting. So that's the role as discussed in the previous meeting of the treasurer. The accountant of the club shall prepare reports for the treasurer every month or any time when called to do so. Amend C to read and maintain an updated register of all members of the club indicating their dues. The register shall be availed to the executive committee after 4 months. Remove clauses D as this applies to the treasurer. The other functions of the accountant remain as stated in the constitution. Amend Article 13, where the administrator to add clauses E, F, and G as follows. The administrator will convene or cause to be convened the general meetings of the club. Cause minutes or proceedings of the executive meetings to be drawn up properly and accordingly entered into a book or file kept for purpose that have been duly assigned. He shall be the supervisor of all club committees. Members were asked to vote for amendments by her worship as presented or proposed to vote online via the club website. Members asked questions that included who an eligible member is, when the proposed amendment would be effective, and if amendments were amending amendments of previous AGM. How was Chief Anxious Kajojo addressed the concerns of all members. Club members showed uncoordinated responses to proposed amendments. The voting process, Her Worship agreed with members that they will be given more time, and the voting of amendments will be done online using WhatsApp meeting. The ED closed the AGM with respect to time of the members, the venue, and the venue expectations. Meetings were prepared by the club secretary, Midora, myself.
Guest of honor, the ED and your management committee of the club, club members in attendance here, and those online. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you may be. My name is CPA Hannington Agaba, representing Khan Associates, who are the auditors, external auditors of the club. Stress-Free Investment Club. And we did audit the financial statements for the year that ended 30th June 2023. And here I am to present to you our report as your auditors of the members. And hopefully that members, you have this report with you already. So you can display page number 4, but we can just pick through page, that is a cover page. That is a page number 1 with table of contents with Club information, page number 1, committee members report, page number 2, statement of committee members responsibilities, page number 3, independent auditors report to members of the club, it is on page number 4. And statement of income and expenditure is on page number 7. Statement of income and statement of financial position, which is a balance sheet, page number 8. Statement of changes in equity, page number 9. Statement of cash flows, page number 10. Significant accounting policies, page number 11. And notes to the financial statements, which is page number 12. But my focus will be on the statement that starts on page number 4, which is independent auditors report to the members of Stress-Free Investment Club. So that is the heading. It is independent auditors report to the members of Stress-Free Investment Club on the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2023. And it is a 3-page report, but given the time, we will read parts of it in the interest of time, and also run through the brief of the entire financial statements, giving you a summary. So I will read paragraph 1, which is opinion. So it reads, opinion. We audited the financial statements of Stress-Free Investment Club, which comprises the statement of financial position as at 30th June 2023, and the statement of income and expenditure, statement of changes in accumulated funds, statement of cash flows for the period then ended, and notes to the financial statements, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the financial statements give a true and fair view of the state of financial affairs of Stress-Free Investment Club as at 30th June 2023, and of its performance and cash flows for the period then ended, and are in accordance with international financial reporting standards for small and medium-sized entities, the Ugandan Companies Act, and the Tier 4 Microfinance and Money Lenders Act, 2016. I also read paragraph 2, which is the basis of our opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing and guidance issued by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the financial statements section of our report. We are independent of the investment club in accordance with the International Ethics Standards Board of Accountants, Code of Ethics of Professional Accountants, together with ethical requirements that are relevant to the audit of financial statements in Uganda. We have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with these requirements and the IESBA code. We believe that the audit evidence that we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide the basis of the opinion that we have, I have read to you a while. So that is the gist of our report, and we reported on the financial statement that we reviewed. So you can go to page 6, which is the last section of our report. Page 6, the last paragraph there. So here, I'm here to confirm to you that number 1, we obtained information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the audit of these financial statements. And in our opinion, proper books of accounts were kept by the club. And insofar as appears from our examination of these books, of those books. And number 3, the club statement of financial position and the statement of income and expenditure are in agreement with books of accounts. And the engagement practitioner on this audit resulting in the independent auditor's report is CPA Huntington Agaba, practicing number P0489. That is myself, and signed on 17th August, and that is a stamp of our audit firm. And below that page are the details of the partners, among which is myself and some other partners who work at Khan Associates, and our qualifications as a requirement of the Institute of Certified Accountants, where we subscribe as professional auditors and accountants fit to do audit in Uganda. So that is our auditor's report to you. But if we can continue, then I highlight that is number 7. So in a presentation of these reports, we report 2 years. That is 2022, the one that was concluded, and then the current year that we are looking at, so that it can give a picture of how things moved from the last time we met and at this point in time where we are reviewing the performance or our financial position as at present. That is at 30th June 2023. So the income, that is not number 1. In 2022, the club was able to collect 53 million as its income. This has improved this year to 95 million as it is portrayed there. And the administrative expense, last year there were 15 million, but now it has gone to 22 million. And the profit of this year is 72 million compared to last year's of 37 million. So that profit is now the income that has been generated by the club. In addition to what was there now, they have added 72 million in their performance. That is compared to the income that was collected, compared to the expenses that were incurred during that same period. And the details of income and expenditures are within this report, and the notes are 1, 2, which is in front in the report, which you'll be able to look at. Since I'm sure you have these reports, you can have more details on them. So that income has now been generated by the funds that have been invested by the club. So we can go to the next page. That is a performance page. So the next page is now the balance sheet or the statement of financial position. This one indicates the assets of the club. It also indicates the liabilities of the club, and also indicates the net worth, what it has earned over the years accumulated, including this year we are looking at. So it is the assets, under your assets, which is number 5, investments that the committee is investing in, those are assets of the club. And compared to last year, the investment was 454 million, but now it has grown to 608 million. That is at the 30th June 2023. And these investments, the treasurer will give more details on what kind of investments, and even the investment manager will throw more light on these investments. Our role as auditors was to confirm, do these investments really occur? There might be figures appearing there, but our role as your auditors is to confirm that indeed they did occur. And they are there, and those are balances that were sitting in your investments at that close of the year. Then when we go down, we go to cash and cash equivalents. This is bank balances, and if there were cash balances at hand, they would be included in that. But in this case, all your monies are kept in the bank. There are no monies lying with someone, but all of them were confirmed in the bank balance as at that date, which is 30th June 2023. Receivables. Now these receivables are the balances that the club expects to receive and is only from members. Receivables, the people who are saving, who have not finally contributed the balances, as at close of that period, that balance sits there. So members, this money is due from members. The club would have expected that money to have been received, but by the close of the year, that balance of 113 million was still owed by members to your club. So a club is your club. Inventories, this one consists of the t-shirts you are putting on. These balances are still with the management. The balance of 3 million. 0.2. But last year it was 3.7, so some of it has been moved, taken by you members. But maybe to highlight that these t-shirts are not sold to generate profit. They are sold at the cost they were bought, so they are not generating any additional revenue. The club is recovering the money it had invested in that the way of marketing the club, having ownership, having a souvenir from the club, but not as a source of generating profit. Profit is being generated through investments that I have alluded to earlier, which is in 680 million. Those are investments that are generating the incomes that we have reported there. The retained earnings, this is the figure that the club has earned. That is what we call natural growth. It has grown from itself. These are not contributions from anywhere, but from the funds you are putting, it has now generated from investment. It has grown to 124 million. Yeah. Compared to last year when it was 51, so 72 added on 51, now it is 124 million. It is a natural growth, not from members, but a natural growth from the funds that have contributed from the investments that you have, the income from the income you have got from investments, less expenditure. So it has increased by 72 million, which are indicated in the first statement, to now 124, meaning that funds now those funds would be available in addition to what you contribute as members for investment. Current liabilities, number 6, it is members' savings. Members' savings now would be at 566 million. So these are liabilities of the club, because if a member needs their money, they can withdraw it. So it is not for the club, it is for members. So it is a liability to the club. So that's how it is reported like that. If a member requires their funds, they can take them as it has been alluded to by the executive director. Payables, these are liabilities of the club, and it is referenced at number 7. And among them are members who have withdrawn, but they have not taken their money. So it has moved from the savings, they are no longer saving, but is waiting there to be collected by members who have stopped saving with the club. So it is not a liability to people outside there. It is for members who have stopped saving, but have not picked their money. Some of them have picked their money, but others, by the close of the year, they had not picked their money. So the next statement, number 9, if we could move to page number 9. So page number 9 is the statement of changes in equity or accumulated funds. So this is the 124 million I was talking about. In the first year, it was 14 million. In the second year, it earned 37 million to make it 51 million. This year, it earned 72 million to make it 124 million. That is the growth we have been talking about. So in the next year, we see it has been doubling. Maybe it will be billion seated there. So that is on number 9. So if you can go to page 10. Page 10 is a statement of cash flows. This one indicates how the monies have moved, the cash flows, how funds have moved over this year we are looking at. And it closes with a balance which is in the bank, which is 15,465,228 shillings. That one sits in the bank of the club. It is not being handled by any person or the commitment, but it is seated in the club's bank account. That is at 30th June 2023. So those are the financial statements. Maybe if we can run through to page number 11. Those are what helps management prepare the accounts, the guidelines. Then we got page number 12. So which was 95 million. That is a breakdown of the revenues, how it was generated. It is among membership fee 500, annual subscription 17 million, exiting members because there is a charge 10 million, interest. This was interest on bank balance, not on the investment, the 28,000. Then interest on UAP investment is 38 million. Then treasury bond, 27 million. Then other incomes of 561 was from sales of T-shirts. So that T-shirt, during this year, they sold items which are in our inventory as a club, equivalent to 561,000. But the same amount appears in the expenditure of those items, so there was no profit on it. It just cancels out and brings back the money that we had spent on these T-shirts as a club to return the money on the bank account. Administrative expenses, there is legal documentation, bank charges, IT expenses, support staff expenses, 6.2 million. There is publicity, that is UNA conversion, 1.8. AGM, that was the expense for last year, 7.4. Audit fees, 1.5. It was kept at that, even last year it was that. Consultancy fee, there was evaluation that was carried out by the club, or executive committee of the club. They throw more light on that. Then there is interest expense. So whenever you earn interest as a club, when they are going to put money on those interests in your balance, in your account, which is for the investment you are invested in, there is a law that requires that withholding is done, which is submitted to government as your contribution of the club. When you earn interest, they withhold some and submit. That is the interest they are talking. That's the interest expense they are talking about. The T-shirt I've talked about, the transport. The number 3 is cash at bank, which is 15 million. We have talked about that. Number 4 is receivables, which is monthly contribution due from members. That is what is due from members who are contributing but had not finished their contribution as it was supposed to be by that close of the period, which is 113 million. Number 5, which is on page number 13. So those are the investments that the club has invested in. There is UAP Umbrella Trust Fund, account number 1, which have 362 million seated there as an investment. Last year it was 236, so it has increased also. UAP Umbrella Trust Fund 2, last year it was 25, now it is 54 million. Treasury bonds, it has remained at 191 million. That is 191 million. So that is a treasury bond of a certain period which the investment manager or the treasurer would throw more light on. But it has been standing there even for us, it was there. Members' savings. So that is number 6, which is members' savings, it stands at 560 million. Last year it was 668. So it has, members of savings have reduced because some members have pulled out. Members' savings in advance. Among members, some of the members have saved more than their balances that should sit in the accounts as agreed with the club constitution or the guidelines. People have saved more than what they have saved, more than what they are required to have saved by that time. And that one is voted differently to highlight that because people who have paid their accounts more than what is supposed to sit there, we have them, we have their record, so it sits there, a summary of it. Payables. This is members' saving account to be disabled. So among the savings that have reduced the savings is the members who are not saving and their accounts have been disabled. So the money is sitting there waiting to be collected. Other payables, 2.5, and an explanation of other payables that amount deposited on club's bank account but not traceable to members. Some members deposit money in their bank, but they are not able to know who deposited. So we are not able to put it under savings because we don't know who exactly was saving. So it is there waiting for its owner to know and to reconcile to their members' accounts. So it is not being paid, it's not an expense that we incur that we intend to pay, but it's a money that we have that we don't know who indeed saved. And auditors' fees payable, that is 1.5. Then inventory, that is 3.2 from 3.7 because some of it was taken during the year, equivalent to 500,000. So that is it with the financials. The figures, I think they are more elaborate, and our role as auditors was to verify if indeed these figures do exist, or if it is a picture that is trying to make things look to members which is not indeed the picture. Our role is to confirm to you that indeed the picture that is reported to you by the executive committee, the AD and the committee that you gave responsibility to manage your funds is indeed exactly that I have presented to you. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Auditor. Let's have the Treasurer's report to give the understanding better.
A nice good morning to our members.
Yeah.
This is the run through the financial report for our club. Ideally, most of the figures have been talked about by our auditor, but we can still run through and we try to break down those figures in terms of what our members can pretty much understand, just in case the auditor's report was technical. Let's begin with our accounts with our UAP. Of course, this report covers the period 2020 to 2023, which is from July the other year up to June this year. According to what has been displayed, we are having two UAP accounts, the first one and the second one, and for as of this year, running from last year up to this year, the first account has 91,500,000, and the second one has 24,480,000 to make up a total of 115,980,000. Those are our deposits with the UAP. Those are our investments. That money is there, we can confirm. Then cumulatively, ever since we began, the first account with UAP is making up 500 million, and the second account with UAP is making up 48 million. Then we also have a treasury bond with Bank of Uganda of 191,872 million, which gave us an interest over 20. Cumulatively, of course, as you can see, that coupon has remained the same in figure, but it gives us interest every 6 months. Then running through, when we come to the composition of our membership, you can see that up to June this year we had 280 members, and for someone to be our member and fully paid up, they should have had 3,280,000 with an annual subscription of 50,000 cleared. Of all those accounts, 130 are active, and those people have saved in between 2 million, in between 2 million and 3,028,000. Those are the active accounts. 41 accounts, as you can see, are in arrears. Those are some of our members that are still lagging behind. They have in between 1 million to 2 million. That means they have to make up on the difference if they want to remain as our members. Then 118 accounts are not active. That means these people are dormant and they've not been saving, unfortunately. Of course, here my comment would be, I think after COVID, many of our members didn't recover because we've tried to talk to them, we've tried to reach out to them, we've given them time to make up, because as you pretty much understand, the club exists to save money for that project which we are yet to execute in the future. But unfortunately, some of these members have not been forthcoming. And I think, according to the club, from what we've been looking at, it's maybe due to COVID. After COVID, people didn't recover. They've had financial challenges here and there. So some have made a decision to go, and we can't stop them. So 180 accounts are not active. They are dormant. We are yet to find out. But what I think is, as some members are leaving, they can always go and make up on their funds and come back at any one given time when they are okay. I think we are open to anyone who has left, but when they are okay, they can always rejoin. So we have a breakdown. We have a breakdown of the composition of our accounts, which ones are active, who has saved which amounts. If you look at the table, if you look at the first table, 53 members have saved in between 3,280,000. 22 members have saved in between 3 million and 3,028,000. 55 members have saved in between 2 million and 3 million. 41 members are in between 1 million and 2 million. Then the ones that I talked about as being dormant, those are the members in between. Those are the members that have saved up to 1 million. But we have to remember that we are into the 4th year, and for as at the end of the 3rd year, any of our member who was up to date should have had 3,280,000. So I think we can all look at those figures and check ourselves. Those that have not made up to that figure, please, you can try to endeavor to bring the money and we move. I think we're on track, and we pretty much understand people have had challenges coming from the past, but we are always open to discussions to ensure that everyone is with us. Let's look at the second table. The second table pretty much summarizes the club exits, members that have left us. In between 2020 and 2021, 3 members left. And from those members, we collected 162,000, because for each and every member who goes out, we retain a 10%. There's a surcharge. In between 2021 and 2022, 33 members left, and we collected 2.451500,000. Money is retained in the club. It's there in the financial books of the accounts, as the auditors talked about. So we've registered some success. In between 2021, for that's the coming table for the new members. In between 2021 and 2022, we had 24 members. Then for the just completed year, we've gotten 6 new members coming. Yes, that's where we are. Then let's go to the last tables. The last tables do summarize our incomes. As you're fully aware, our incomes are coming from the membership fees, the annual subscription, and the incomes realized when a member exits, he leaves us with a 10% of their saving, and that constitutes a club income. Basically, it facilitates the running of the club. Like today, we are having a function, and that function has been paid for by the club, and any other cost. That money is not drawn out of members' savings, but it's drawn out of the club income. I need to be very clear. Members' savings are not touched. No. Any expenses the club has to incur are drawn out of the incomes. So these are the figures I'm going to be reading. So for the club membership, it's 500. Annual subscription for last year, we collected 17 million, 726,500. The monies we've had to realize from members that have exited, the members that I read right on top there, was 10,546,900. And other incomes from the sale of the t-shirts, I think you can see the t-shirts right over there. It's 561,000. In total, for last year, that makes up 29,334,400. And for the other year was 10 million, and the percentage increase was 187. That was the growth of our club income. Just to remind people, club incomes and club savings are totally different. All expenses the club has had to bear, the administrative, the AGM expenses, are borne out of club incomes, but not people's savings. The savings are never touched. I think I need to repeat it several times so that members can be rest assured that the money is there. Their money is saved with the UAP. Their money is saved. Of course, I've shown you we have two UAP accounts. One of them has deposits from our bank. Whenever a member deposits their savings on the bank, and the money is collected periodically, it is sent to UAP. Then the other account is used to run the interest from the bond. Whenever the bond gives us the interest, that money is also taken to UAP. UAP is an umbrella fund with an insurance company. It's not a bank account. On the other, then we have the interests. If we are to go to the second last table, we have the interests coming from all our investments. We have a bank account on which many of you are depositing the funds. That account gives us some little interest. As of last year, it gave us 28,000, which is mitwale ebiri mukanana. Some small fee for having our money there. They give us something. Then with the UAP, we made 38,575,000. And with the treasury bond with the Bank of Uganda, we made 27,200,000. So the whole of last year, the interest we were able to get was 67 million. And as you're fully aware, this is what constitutes part of our incomes, which is different from the member savings. The year for the interest, the year 2020, the year 2021 to 2022, we made 43 million, and that was made up of the bank interest of 2,000 nkumi biri. Then we had the UAP investment, 15,865,000, and we also had the bond interest of 27 million. The growth in our income was, the growth in our interest from these investments was 53%. Then we also have, as you're fully aware, the club has expenses. Like today we are here. Of course, I'm made to understand that there are so many amenities we are enjoying. We are enjoying the drinks, we are enjoying the food. We have the projectors, we have the venue, we have everything for each and every year, or for the members that have been with us. This event costs us money, and part of that money is what comes into the expenses. As the auditors reiterated, if we can go to the, I don't know if there's a need to look at the income statement, and we try to see the breakdown of those expenses. The expenses, we have legal fees or legal documentation fees. We have bank charges. We have IT expenses. We run a website. I don't know if all of us are aware that we have a website which has all our credentials, what we do, who we are, because we need it. Just in case you're talking to someone about the club, I think it becomes very, very much easier to give them the club website to go and check it out by themselves, even over the phone. So that website has a dedicated IT profession, and that profession has to be settled for in terms of their professional fees. The accounts you're looking at are being presided over by an accountant. Our accountant is called Mrs. Nina. We give her a small token to help us with the preparation of those figures and the documents and looking out for anything. Then we have, let me see, we have publicity. Right now I'm in the US, and I'm made to understand some of our administrators are coming down here. This money is not meant to facilitate them, but it's meant to buy the resources they are going to use at the convention. We need to solicit more members from the diaspora, and I think our first pitch is going to be here in the US, where I am. We have a convention in Texas. So for the administrators that are coming here, they will be bringing some materials, the flyers, the banners, and that is where the UNA conventional publicity fund is going to be allocated. Then we have the AGM expenses. Those are not for this year, they were for last year. We had a function, we ate, we drank, we had all those facilities, so that AGM was paid for. So those are the expenses. Then we have auditors, the auditors' fees. You've heard from our auditor. They've read for you the report. They've given their opinion. Every year we have to settle their professional fees. Then we have a valuation report for the project we intend to undertake in future. That also cost us money. The figure is right there, the 1 million. Then we've had interest charges. Whenever we are being paid for, whenever our interest is being credited onto our accounts, interest is taken out. The interest is the withholding tax for the government. We also have T-shirts. I think you can see them there. Then we also have a transportation fee. I think it's a border for someone to transport our documents back and forth, that is 20,000. And that entire total was 22 million. Wow. Yeah. So with all that, that's how our figures look like. We encourage members to continue saving. As you can see, the club is growing. And I think I've felt the need to address the issue why we've had a number of members leaving. Like I told you, as we emerged out of COVID, which ravaged the entire world, some of our members were unable to continue with us, and according to us and you, we would expect to understand, but we have always told them the door is open. Once they sort out the fund issue, they can always come back. But I think it's unimportant if someone is not saving and we continue keeping their money, and maybe they want to deploy their funds elsewhere. So for those that have left, we've parted in peace. For those that are still pending, we encourage them to bring the money and make up on the difference, because we've gone into our 4th year and we don't want to leave them behind. Yes. Hello, Mr. Brian.
Yes.
I think that has been my presentation for the financial figures. I don't know if you have any additions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope the report was very clear. Very, very clear. You always know that we always like honesty. Administrators, come up. The administrators, if you're an administrator, we have Nanziri. Actually, anything that happens on your money has signature. This lady's signature, she's a Rotarian. We are Rotarians, and we are very proud Rotarians. Rotarians always keep that. Man, she's a Rotarian. She's a signatory on the club's account. I am the principal signatory. We introduced another principal signatory, much as we did not consult you guys. Why? I wanted to have a very good transition. A good leader is the one who transits through, okay? And advises. And this is what I advise. She's a signatory. Nina is the accountant, not a signatory, okay? She's an agent. She's the one who walks to the bank and gets the money if she's to pay everybody. Okay? She's a CPA. She did not tell you that she's in treasury of KCCA. You know, Maja is told about Bravo Shoes. She moved and she went to the other side. Much as many people were abusing her on the group, Commanding. I don't like a commanding language. Let's be decent. We're all too busy. When I can answer your message, just know because I love the club, isn't it? If she has delayed to answer, please, with decency. Where are you, Nyabo? You are an admin. Now, the second signatory is Ronald Sebonya. Why did I introduce the second signatory? Tomorrow I may not be present. Maybe I'm dead. Would the club get a standstill? You bury me. I like cremation. You cremate me. You cremate me, and the club stays moving. That's why we introduced the second principal. Principal means that his signature will be the last when the others have signed. Our mandate is any two with one principal. We didn't want to fix it. She's our secretary who lives in the States. You can imagine people in the States, they don't have time, but they are doing this work. And you Ugandans here, you're too busy. You are in weddings. You are in the beaches, whatsoever. Yeah, mate, when they call you on a wedding, you will spend 5 hours in weddings because you want to show up new dresses. Here, we did not want to show fashion. We said, let's be in blue, isn't it? To be easy and simple. So another signatory is Linda. Apologies from Anxious, our legal secretary. She lost her mother-in-law. But all these documents that you see, she prepared them, even when she lost somebody. She had arrived in Kampala, she had to travel back. But she prepared them. She didn't leave us in suspense. Linda Alachi lost a brother-in-law also, is our admin. She's also a signatory, Linda Alachi. She also traveled for burial. I think those are apologies that I've got. Sorry? Yeah. Alex is our admin. Our admin we had was Grace Arucho, who chose to leave the club because of she took her children. They were here, and She's the mother and father of her children in the UK, and the pressure was too much. So she resigned and she came out of the club. Okay? So otherwise, we are a very flexible club. That when somebody moves forward and they want to leave, we'll move. You saw 10 million came from the 10%, isn't it? So if we have had our AGM, we are not at a loss. You exit, our 10% will do our what? Our AGM. And many people who enjoy such things are these who come today and they pay their money and they join. You guys, because you're impatient, we lose it out. Guys, can you be patient? Even the years you think we're not moving, what are we rushing for? Let us save the money and we say, we have 1 billion shillings. We have 2 billion shillings, isn't it? Then even if we have to have our fun in our AGM, the money is there. And you see our investments are small, but the money is. So we are protecting your money, guys. There's nobody who is corrupt in this old group that we have put in place. So thank you so much. She's a mother of how many? 5? She's a mother of 4. But she's proud to be back with us. We have a team. We can tap in the diaspora, guys. We can have the money in the diaspora, guys. And let us also, it's not on the resolution. I've suggested some few things because I'm leaving as the director. Can we introduce cards? Okay? Can you introduce ID cards? When you have that prestigious ID card, you'll be able to walk in and then say, I am a member of Stress-Free Investment Club. We can switch this club. And I also leave as executive director. I don't want rigidity. And I don't wish rigidity. You can always change. Adapt to the new times. If we say border borders, we're going to make border borders next year. They are no longer in Kampala. Are you going to stick on border borders? Let's not be rigid. This is our club. When you see something is coming on and we need to adapt to it, let's join hands and we take that direction. Let's be dynamic. Thank you so much. Oh, she is Peace Komkama. Actually, a special way. She has how many children? 2 children. And all our members are up to date, paid. Isn't it? Maybe we should announce people who are already beyond. Maybe we shall leave that. There are people who have even paid beyond even the current times. But I want to assure you, even if you are being demanded here, guys, you can stay up. Let's encourage members to stay up. And again, we will have to leave some members off. We're also, in our resolutions to make today, some members have to leave. And we have to take a decision to leave. Because they have been dragging and dragging. Many who have come, I've advised them to leave. Because we're all mature. You can't force somebody to do what? Yes, if they feel they want to go, let them go. You've seen that we have money on suspense account. What does it mean? Carelessness. Somebody cannot remember that they paid the money. And money is there. It was put on suspense account. Nobody can remember. What do we do? And I've always known that somebody may have said 500,000. Don't judge them. There's a member last night who says, bravo, I am paying my 3.5. I'm back to the club. Even when we had disabled them, they are back on. They had challenges, but they can come up again. So let's support each other, guys. Let's walk and let's walk the journey. Even if somebody is being demanded, let's see how we can do it decently without putting pressure. And let's stop greed, guys. We are not living forever. So let's not have to have those flexes, and that's it. And as I leave the club, I would request members to give me authority as the sergeant at arms. I am a decision maker. If you become trouble in the group, I will exit you. I'm very strict. I exited my friends. Did you realize? On the other heated agenda. The other heated, I will talk about that heated moment, where we said we moved from 30 to 50. We took a decision, and I want us to please entrust administration. They take a decision, we move. We could not have enough money to do all this. You saw that annual subscription, 17 million. How did it come? Because last year we took a decision that money should be taken off your account. That's how we managed to raise the 17 million. Let's be serious and take and become serious. Sergeant at arms means, when I exited those friends of mine, and they are very good friends of mine, it's just because I saw that there are a lot of negativity, that there are members who are silent. When they see negativity on the group, they start thinking otherwise. You start putting our names to task. We have profiles to protect, guys. We have profiles to protect. And now that, when I told Kemi that I am blue, even the Ninas, when I was given a blue tick on Facebook, I said, guys, I'm going to be more tough. Yes, we don't want to really to antagonize our profiles. Getting a blue tick myself, I am an ordinary Ugandan, but I have a blue tick on my Facebook page now. So we have our profiles to protect. There's one member I exited. I have to be sincere. You know MK, isn't it? We exited MK. Not because of that, but there are challenges that came, and I had to take a decision to exit him. You get my point? But yes, if I take a decision, just know, if you're a friend, to the extent that you have not lived to a certain standards, I will say no. There's one I asked, I said, who knows you? That language I always ask, who knows you? For us, we have names. If this club fails, Bravo Shoes will be in news. Bravo will be put to shame, isn't it? But there are names, people who have the hidden names, but they will cause you all the trouble so that they want something to fall. Then tomorrow on social media, everybody comes and says they have stolen our money. You saw a member who was saying, Nzinkosa Centers Kirab, how? How? Do you have secret to his money has never been? Isn't it? It has never. The power of administration. We had land that we are selling, one of the club members. We are selling 51.7 acres. And we enticed members, our administration, can we buy this land? Because our land is going, we want to sell it off. Can members buy? Admin says, bravo. We are not yet there. We are not going to sell it. Because it's genuine land that was there. And admin says, no. But you do not see it in the group, isn't it? The admin says, no, at the moment, maybe, we are not ready. What does it mean? I can't influence the group. Yes, my decision can work, but where we agree and disagree, they say, no, we don't want land at the moment. Maybe let's see how things can move. Why I'm giving you all these guys, let's see where we're coming from. We all have the potentials to grow. Most of you have never met me, but you trusted me online. And then my also going is that I don't want to show greed. We want to transit the system, isn't it? Most of you have been claiming that we're not giving you a chance. I was taking you through the process, isn't it? So that we reach somewhere, and we are, and all my admins, anybody who comes as the ED, anybody who comes as what, we are good to go because I've trusted them. Maybe, what is the other program on? Head of investment. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. Let me finish once, isn't it? As I live as the ED, like as I warned you, I don't want anybody to tell me. Many went into my inbox, okay? Bravo, I'm not worried. Do you trust those people there? Many have told them, when you're coming on board, did I trust you? Did I know you? All these admins, I did not know them. I always tell people, if you have to trust anybody, you trust them for the first time. Those who have boyfriends, men, what, you met them as strangers. Isn't it? So why? I said, please, let's go and move forward. And I would accept the club that in administration, next time when we are to choose the ED, we would allow the club that the ED must come from the administration. So that, because we have already known them, we have entrusted them, and we can hand over the mantle. I don't know whether that is okay. But in the group also, we can choose. We can always do that. And my own recommendation I would recommend, and I will tell members to accept, is Ronald Sebunya. He's a banker. You know, why am I putting in place? I struggled during COVID to make sure the club is registered through the app. Much as of you have shouted at me, because the app is not working. I'm not DFCU Bank. But you see how the app has been developed? It was a new app. So we had a lot of many challenges as well. But now the app is becoming much more better. Ronald is the one who helped us to get on board very fast without paying him nothing up to today. He's a person who can live up. And that's why I determined somebody who is ready to move an extra mile than us. So I would embrace Ronald to take over as the ED. And then if we have somebody who can take over as the head of investment. In our side, as admins, we don't see anyone there. And if a member knows, being head of investment, there are risks, all those things, as he's going to present, they are there. And we didn't want him to be the ED and again, head of investment. Unless the members agree that he becomes head of investment a little bit, and as we get. But if a member knows risks and everything, and you're a banker or you are very good at that, it's voluntary. You can move forward and say, I will take up the mantle. We are very open on that. as well. If somebody can take up that. And again, to remind you, ladies, this is a ladies' club. Men, let me recognize my men, my fellow men guy. Men who are members, where are you? Move forward. Men who are in this club. Yes, please say. Let ladies say, yes, we want men. Men, move forward. The club, yes, club men. Only men. Come forward. Yes. And there are members who never introduced themselves, they came late. Those of you who have never seen Sandra, Miss Busoga. Nguna Sandra. Miss Busoga. Move forward, Sandra. Come, Sandra, and we want to see you. And recognize you. Miss Tourism 2019-2022. Ida. Move forward. Troublemaker. The problem. She's my very, very good friend because we supported one of the boys from her home as Bravo Shoes Community Support. My very good friend. You saw that on the group, I exited her. And I called her for dialogue. I believe in dialogue. Me as a Buddhist, I practice Buddhism, guys. Those who don't know. I am a Buddhist, I practice Buddhism. I called Sandra for dialogue. And I told Sandra, you're a friend. You know me. I told you ceasefire. You refused it. Ceasefire. She refused it. Ceasefire. She refused it. I took a decision on her. She came to my office and we had dialogue. She's back as a member. We can always mend, isn't it? We can always mend. She's troublemaker. This lady, you see her. She's Miss Trouble. She works with the Ministry of Lands, isn't it? She works with the Ministry of Lands, and she's our representative there. Thank you, Sandra. But she's a very, very good friend, guys. Thank you. They are the ones that brought Abenacho in where? In her regime. But please. Then Helen Nakabuyo, you did not introduce yourself. Men. Come, our men. Ameria Nakabuye, guys, we need to know you. You came in late. Ameria, where are you? Ameria is there. You come also. The members need to see you. She's Helen Nakabuye. She's into business. I met Helen Nakabuye in the 1994. 1994. Don't look at her height. She has gone up there. 1994 is when I met her, Helen Nakabuye. Okay? Ameria, she's our great member as well. Yeah, a great member. They came in late. Atujuka Lilian. I don't know. I've never met her.
Atujuka Lilian. I'm actually among the members who have paid ahead.
Then there's this one as well. I have never met her as well.
My name is Winfred Nakaziwe. I'm a lecturer at Makerere University.
You see, we have big people, guys.
I'm called Nankumba Rose Jackie. I work with Bank of Uganda.
With the central bank. So when we are presenting these things here, guys, there are people who analyze behind. She's with Bank of Uganda. If there was a mistake in our audit and trouble, she would have come in and said, guys, there's a problem here. Am I lying? She works with the central bank. You want to say something?
People, I'm glad to see you. And those ones I'm seeing first time, at least this is my third AGM. I'm glad I'm here.
So we have the potential, guys. It's you choose Kwewa Butwa, Obachichi. So get back. I think I've introduced everyone. Get back. Thank you. Because I knew they are going to decide. And make sure everybody registers, guys. We need to. Bazira, did you announce yourself? Come forward. You did not announce yourself. Bazira is the one who prepares us cakes. The other time, a very nice cake. She's the one who did it, and she's the one who did this one. She's also one of our best members as well. So registration, guys, make sure everybody registers. She's the one.
My name is Mary Christine Bazira. I do baking as a side hustle. I import cake decorating tools for both retail and wholesalers. I'm located at Maviris Complex. Thank you.
So she imports baking what? Tools. Now the men, we have Serwanja, is the man online. We have Ronald Sebonya, We have Alex. We have Mr. Birunji, who works with World Health Organization. We have, man, I don't know, over 2%. Then I have this man here. Msaja wakabone ronyo. Some of them are represented. No man is there. Yeah, and no man is in Turkey. We have a member in Sweden as well. Wycliffe is there. Simon Enamu has not showed up online. He had a lecture. He's going for his PhD or something. Yeah, he didn't show up.
Brian, I'm on. Brian, I'm on.
Simon has showed up. I don't know why. Sorry, Simon. My apologies. And also, Simon also said, if you guys you are suffering with secretary work, administration, I can come in and be an secretary. He's pledged himself there, and why not? I would also recommend. He's a young man from Masaka. He came in the morning. Say something as a man.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Karyango Kevin. I work with Umeme Limited, Masaka Station. I'm glad to be here.
So, yes, and we've never met with him, but we are happy that the youngest saver, Shumi, come. Sorry, we're enjoying today, Shumi. And she goes on the app. She has never complained. That app take her. Bichu. She pays for herself. Tell them a brief experience about why you started this and how you made it simple to say.
I started just recently, COVID. I'm not going to lie. They just called us and they said, no, just come and save. And we're asking ourselves, like, are we supposed to have our phones? Because, like, they used to, like, remove them from us every time, and stuff like that. So we thought that, like, we're going to use our phones, like, for another time. But then they said, just come and save. So I was asking myself, why are we saving? But then my mom told me that it's, for the better of the future to come. So I just started saving like that. And then, I just started liking and getting to, like, know more about that. Because at first I never knew how to save, but now I can just save for myself. They can just tell me put 30, put 90, save. Yeah, it's a nice experience.
Now imagine if she's known how to save from her age, she will never be corrupt in her life. If some of us who started late, if we had started at this age, guys, would be somewhere there. Thank you so much. Yes, our head of investment, and after head of investment, I think our guest speaker.
Thank you. Idi, I don't know if you have the report, you could display it there. I'll just go through it very fast. Most of the things have been said in the previous reports. I will not be able to repeat, just to give a highlight of the investment and the position and the direction we are taking. But I also want to send a token of appreciation to the members. I know what you're doing is not just for me, it's for the club. Because I know when Brian told me I have to go and request for a visa, I didn't hesitate. And it's very easy to get a visa, so you don't have to be scared. Stress Free is a strong club, and people do know us, so they can listen, and you can be able to get a visa. So I was telling him, what would it take now for me to travel? I'm just going to spend almost 12 million for just 4 days. But at the end of the day, the best is for us to market the club to the diaspora people, and we also plan to go not only to the US, we can also go to the UK, to Netherlands. There are a lot of conventions where we can be able to market the club. We think this club would be the best club, not just in Uganda, but across the world. And we are looking at that. So we like people who are able to sacrifice just for the good of us, because at the end of the day, whatever comes out is going to benefit each and every one of us. I'll just go through this very fast and not waste a lot of time. Just you can be scrolling, just scroll through Edie's message that is already put out rightly. I will not be able to repeat his words. The message is already there in the report, and I've shared it on the WhatsApp. You can go through it The values and whatever we stand for are on our website. You can still be able to get that. Maybe the message from my side is just to appreciate the members that have been able to save and grow our portfolio. It's been a very huge portfolio. Maybe just also to highlight that this year, I think we've been affected mostly by the exit of members in terms of the savings growth. We've not had members save as they did last year's, and also we had members that have exited, and also a lot of dormant members. So our portfolio, all in all, hasn't grown the way we had expected for this financial year. Of course, the risks are there, but just also to highlight that the interest in the UAP has grown for this last year. I think there's been an improvement in the economy after COVID, or the need for more money to be used by the other teams, the other side, because most of people are not saving. So we've been playing between a range of 11%, 11.23, 11.26%, as opposed to last year where we were playing in the range of 10.7, 10.8. So there's been a leap in what we are earning from the what? From the investments, much as the savings have been going down. But nevertheless, much as people have not been saving, we've been making money on the what? On the exits. So that also accounts for some of the income that we would have lost from the savings that have not what? Come through. So our key approach as we get into the final 2 years or the fifth year of savings is for us to be able to strike as many partnerships as possible with the players in the real estate. Because like we said, we are not experts in real estate and in stress-free, but we think if we work with partners that are experts, we can be able to achieve the what? The objective. But this objective can only be achieved if we can be able to step up. I feel what we are saving is okay, is moderate, and this gave us a leap for us to be able to learn to save. But I think we have to think of how fast we can be able to move and achieve our what? Our objective. Building a unit is not something very cheap, but if we have partnerships and we can prorate it over a period of time, also requires us members to be able to save more. So I think as we think through, we may need to also be increasing what we are saving for us to be able to achieve what we want. I know we were supposed to increase by 1,000 shillings every year, but we didn't increase last year. And this year, I don't think there's a proposal for us to do what? To increase, but I think we don't have so much time for us to move at the pace where members are saying, what are we doing? What is happening? Where is our money? So a lot of initiatives are coming through. The mixed strategy, we are still running with it, and this is for us to have quick liquid assets, for us to be able to meet members who are exiting. And just to let you know, if you see the value for the members who have exited, it's not even 1% of what we had. I think it's not even 3% of the savings. So which means the members who are exiting were not committed from day one. The money that we've lost in exit is very little money. And if I have the 50 members who are up to date and they say they want to exit, that would be a risk to me because I'll have to break some of the investments to make sure I exit what? Those members. But they are showing me they are determined to do what? To continue. So I may not worry much about what is below, but just for us to see if we can reach out to them and they're able to do what? To catch up and see if they are still with us. Or from day one, they just wanted to test to see what the club is what? Is up to. But I think where we are now, we're already in a state where we are going somewhere much, much more stronger. And we're in a position where we position ourselves as one of the clubs that people, when we go to talk, to pitch some of business ideas and be able to get some inputs or some support, people will listen and say, oh, this is a club that we can work with because we can be able to benefit from what they are doing. So that is it on the investment. We still have to inspire to invest. That is still our motion for the first 5 years, which we developed, I think, for the previous AGM. So these are some of the investment plans that we are looking at in the next 5, 10, 15 years. For those members who have been attending the investment presentations, every time we send them out, please take time to come and join those meetings. We send on WhatsApp and give a highlight even before the AGM, because the AGM is a year. So we can't wait for a year to tell members what is happening with their money. So we usually have those quarterly, sometimes monthly, and do present some of these figures so that members are up to date with what is happening and what money we are making. So the only key highlight for this year is the reinvestment risk, which has been in our favor. We haven't, but it's still a risk because we don't know what is going to happen next year. We are at 11.26%. We may wake up next year and it is back to 10.7. So which means what we project to earn will have gone down. But still the payout risk is also still imminent. We can't count that out. But we are still hoping that the members who are in the first and second bracket are still committed members and are not going to go away anytime soon. So other risks are still moderate, and we are not yet in the area where we have to monitor them, because we are taking basically risk-free investments. There's nothing much we are losing. Whatever we put there is coming what? Is coming back. So we are not bothered. So the only highlight this year that also was taken as a threat to our investments was the proposal to charge collective investment schemes where we are falling. Most of our money is in the unit trust. So that proposal of putting tax on the unit trust was also going to be a risk to our what? To our business, because that means whatever we're going to earn, just like it is for the treasury bills and bonds, because I think we are paying 10% on the bond because it's longer. However, if it was shorter, I would be paying 15%. So it's the same logic they had brought here, and this was actually put on the amount that you're holding. So we hope some of these things come and tend to slip, but we know we are still monitoring. It can come anytime, and there will be an effect on what we are earning from the what? From the investment. So those you'll be reading through, I'll not be able to go through that a lot. You can go to the next page. The next page is just an highlight. Just to make it clear, this is as at yesterday. I tried to do it as at 30 June, but I failed to get access to the UAP balances. So what I did is just I need to give you an update as at yesterday. So whatever you're seeing here is the balance, and whatever, and the figures, if they were as at 30th June, they would match all the reports that have been displayed here. But because I just needed to make sure I will give you what is running with us as at yesterday. So 72% of our money is in the unit trust, and then 26% is in the treasury, in the bond with Bank of Uganda. And then as at yesterday, only 0.9% is on the account. If you see, even what we get from the interest on the bank is minor, so we don't need to keep so much money, what? In the bank, yes. So we make sure as much as possible. And I want to appreciate Brian, who has been on top of his game. So I'll be able to highlight in the next quarter for the presentation, the breakdown. Some months we're not able to send money to the unit trust for investment, because we were supposed to make sure there are enough liquid assets to cater for the exiting what? Members. So we didn't make so much money. But nevertheless, the interest on the bond is coming back, and we are investing it in the what? In the UAP. Even when we are not able to make money from sending money to the UAP from savings, we know there is that added compounding on the interest already earned on the bond. So that is where we stand. The unit trust has 387 as at yesterday. And then the interest that we've made from there is 48 millions. And then the deposits, the total deposit at the whatever savings is in the unit trust is 436. So the BOU is 160 million. Maybe just to explain, the other side is 191 and 872,000. So 160 million means we got 191 million, but at that time the bond cost us money, because we needed to invest and the rates were very bad. So the difference between the coupon rate and the value for the bond was making the bond much more what? Expensive. But it's the option we had to make sure we start making what? Money. So the 31 was a cost, which I think by now we've already covered, and whatever is coming from the bond is income to the what? To the club. So the total 601 million, that is the total deposit that is with us at the moment. Interest is 66 from the total deposit, and then this 6 million is what we've earned from the same interest from the what? From the bond. So if we've left it lying on the account, we would not make this money. So we are maximizing as much as possible, because we don't have any other avenues for what? For investment at the moment. So the 31, that is the one, the expense I told you about. Then the portfolio is at 641 million. So I think when you look at where we are and what we had projected to be at least at 1.8 billion after 5 years. So we are still at 600, which means we are not moving fast. We are moving at a decline of minus 40% for us to be able, after 5 years, to have 0.8 billion. So that's where I was proposing that in the next coming years, we need to be able to step up and see if we're able to increase some money for members to save more, so that whatever we are going to do requires a lot of money. It's not just something you just wake up and say, I'm putting up an apartment, and you say, I have 200 million. There's a lot that comes with it. And we need to see how to project this, and we'll be breaking down how this will be achieved. So I also gave you a picture of where we were in the first AGM. We are 200 millions, with a leap of almost 200 million. Then the next AGM 2022, we are at 469 million. And then in the other AGM, which is today, we are at 41 million. But all in all, this shows that it's not a growth, it's a fall. We just dropped from us achieving the gap between the first AGM and the next AGM. We had made 200 something million. And then between the last AGM and this AGM, we've made 170 something million, which means we are not even to the gap that we did last time. So we should have been making at least 300 million between this AGM and the last AGM, which means it's a decline in terms of our growth. So this is what we need to be able to do to close. What we've reinvested is giving us 16,000 every day. Then when you look at the overall big picture of the bond, it's giving us 117,000 every day. That's very good money, because we are making almost 140,000 every day from our savings. So that means if we grow these savings much bigger, we'll wake up one day and we are making 1 million every day. And that's where the people who have money sleep, and money makes what? Money. That's what we want to do. So and we are able to do that. So this is the bond, and so far we have got, I think, four payments have come through. So we are looking at getting 212 million at the end of the tenure from this bond. So that is it on the investment side. The rest of the things are in the report. You will just scroll through. But that is the direction we are taking. And we are just proposing that those that are still there, please stay strong. We are on the best route. We are already making our 5th year, and we are marketing the club as aggressively as we can. So whoever can be able to sacrifice to make sure they can promote the club, let's do it. Because the target, like Brian said, we are not going to be rigid. As it steps down, we need to be a little bit more flexible. Whatever is able to give us more money to move faster, we'll be able to review it, evaluate it, and take a decision that is in the interest of the of the club. So I know we have so many, when some of the things we don't put to the member groups, because when we put them there, some people just don't understand and just misuse. Everyone has their own thinking of what you're doing. So when you put it there, then you see a lot of fire, this, that. Brian is saying, cease fire. So we don't want ceasefire. We just want, how do we move forward? And if you can trust administrators, I think we can be able to move this without involving members. And we just have to report and tell you we've made money here, and we are not going to make losses with the money that we are going to be able to do to spend. Thank you very much. I think that is it from the investment perspective. And I wish another member to come and be able to represent. And when Brian told me, can you be able to take on the ED role? I told him, but Brian, I'm very busy. I'm very busy. So, but it takes sacrifice, because the job I'm working is not mine. It's a corporate job. I can exit anytime, or they can exit me anytime. But the club is a community. I can talk to Dora, I can talk to Brian, I can talk to so-and-so, but I can't talk to my fellow employee. I've lost my job. Yeah, but I have a community here. So if I can give more time to the club and make sure we move, I think that's the best thing that we can be able to do for ourselves. Thank you very much.
Yes, my question also is still about the possibility of investing in land. I know you've looked into the issue of internal lending, but I wanted maybe some comments on how you've compared the risks and possible returns from internal lending compared to buying land and keeping it and selling it at some point, even if we are not going to use it. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Any other reaction, comment, or question?
Oh, okay, I just want us to run very fast, okay? Simon has commented on internal lending. These are some of the resolutions that we wanted to put forward. It is in the resolutions. I felt, as I leave, to give the mantle to the new ED, okay? We open up something, internal lending, okay? Would you choose to say, yes, members are saying we go for land? Probably, okay? We can buy the land, maybe we can resell it after a year or two, whatsoever. But the internal lending, I would suggest that we open up internal lending. The internal lending means we only lend to our members. Now, how do we do it? How safe are we? Only 50%. That members no longer struggle because we all miss mitwara tano. Maybe I need 500,000. Why should the member struggle? Can we get on the system? Can we know somebody who is going to head the credit? Emma Bunuzi, she's into credit and lending. Put up a system. Maybe she becomes our head of credit. Okay? We put up a system very fast. That when you get on this system, you're able to say, Bananga, I'm short of millionage. Can I get it from the club? Then we say, yes. Our security is your savings. And that money will be paid. With what government, we are giving it to you in 3 months or 1 month. And you have not paid. We go to the system, we credit your what? We debit your what? Your savings. Simple. We are very what? Secure. If we lend 50 million at 5%, and the rate we are talking about is 5%, and I wouldn't want members to say 10%, please let's not be greedy. We need just 5%, which is insignificant, isn't it? Then somebody is able, if we use 50 million in a year, we are able to get 30 million. Even if on 30 million or 50 that we have rent out, and we say we want a luxurious AGM, we are going to the beach. Guys, you enjoy. Because make money as you enjoy. Don't be greedy. Make money as you do what? If we say we are bringing families, let them come. Make money as you enjoy. So people were talking about lending. It is very safe. I recommend it, but internally. And we are not going to lend you beyond 50% of what you have saved. If you have saved 4 million, means you can get 2 million, you get it, and then pay back. Isn't it safe? Why am I suggesting this? Members have complained, those who have left. I have a problem of million. What do I do? Let me withdraw. So we can open it up, Mama, as long as, if we take up this resolution, the system must be in place. We give a task of somebody who is going to handle, okay? If any member comes up, we can have about 4 members, not in our administration, by the way. Members who are ready to handle the issue of internal lending. And we don't want it from our members in the administration. These members can be volunteers. We put up a system, and they are the ones that are managing it, isn't it? Away from the administration. It is safe, Simon. It is recommended. It is okay.
Pretty much what I was supposed to say, you've responded to it. My concern was the same as Simon's, and you addressed it because I've done credit before, and I'm dealing with land, and I see it as not very secure. But if it's in regard to savings, we take care of what would have been invested and income. If we take all those factors into consideration, I think it's okay. But if we are leaving it open, it's very dangerous and expensive business. Lending, yeah, if we left it open, like a member can take up any amount and so on, it can become very, yeah, that's why I'm saying that he has answered what I was going to say, but I'm just echoing it because I know there are some people here who could be thinking as I was thinking. Thank you.
On the issue of the land loans, more elaborations will be in the amendments, because we have the amendment as an item, the amendment of the Constitution. We are going to have our legal secretary. She will elaborate more on that so that every member get the actual information he or she needs. And it is just a suggestion, and still a suggestion, and we call it a bill, a resolution. If it's not seconded, it will not pass. Our head of investment, there was a certain question. You can please react on it so that we invite our guest of honor. You have a question, please? Oh, sorry.
Yes, I have a mic here. And one member said that instead of going without saying a word, we can say at least thank you. So I want to thank you, colleagues. I want to thank the people who have been steering this club to this level. But I have made observation, like one member has said, that we have a diversity of skills, of people working in different areas who can bring that diverse experience in building this club to maybe, better heights. May I therefore request that we can have maybe a team of advisors, because all of us cannot be secretaries, cannot be investment club, administrators or something. But I think people can, have a team of advisors. I am not suggesting that I should be one of them. Let me put it clear. Maybe a board, someone has brought it very clear, that this team with different skills, expertise, can bring that expertise, that diversity, to be able to contribute to this club going forward. I think I have said something, members, like you have requested. If it makes sense, it's very fine. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but I thank you so much.
We thank you so much.
The second bond, of course, the market for the interest rates was high. Even the income, the interest on the bonds, I think, have been high in the previous 3-6 months. But the reason we didn't take on the bond is because we had accumulated a lot of funds at the unit trust. And the rates at the unit trust had also gone what? Up. And the advantage at the unit trust is that it's compounding. We earn interest on a daily basis on every balance, as opposed to the bond which was static. So from the calculations, it showed we are making more money from UAP than we would make from the what? From the bond. So it was not wise for us to lock the money to the bond because it's static. We can't remove the money. We have to wait. And then we're making more money from the what? From UAP. So when you look at the current investment, the bond is giving us 12 million, 12.4. But when you look at UAP we are getting 18 million for 6 months. And we are getting 12.4 for the bond, which is 100 and something million. Of course, there's a difference in the figures, but there is more mileage at the unit trust at the moment than us having locked the money to the what? To the bond. That's why we didn't take the second bond, much as we had proposed to do what? To take it. The more money you have at the unit trust, the more money you do what? You make. Last year we were making 80,000 per day, around 79 to 83,000 per day over the 190 million, 200 million. But now we are making 130,000 or close to 140,000 per day, which is almost 50% increase in what we are getting. So it was wise for us to leave the money there and let it run, and we just keep earning on the increment in the UAP interest that came through than us putting it in the bond. Of course, it could have been cheaper for the bond because the difference between the coupon bond and the face value was small than it was last time. Last time they were so competitive and it was so expensive. This time the cost was lower, but it was not making business sense for the what? For the club. So much as we may have that interest bond, but we sit down and do what? An analysis. What would we make after maybe 6 months or 1 year vis-a-vis what we are making at the moment. And we see there is more movement in the trust than we would have put the money in the what? In the bond. For the other question of the target, I think it's a very good observation. We'll be able to break it down from when we started vis-a-vis what we have targeted, the 1.8 billion for 5 years, and then we see how much did we make in year 1 and how much were we expected to make each year. And then we see the difference. And then that will form a judgment for us to see how fast do we need to move to be able to do what? To catch up. Because if we move without a target, we are like wind moving in all what? Directions. We need to focus on something, and we need to be able to set foot to be able to do what? To achieve it. So we'll be able to share that breakdown and see where we've been falling behind. I think in the first year we didn't fall behind because of the excitement. We started falling behind in the next 2 years, and we need to see how to catch up. And it may involve an increase in the savings that we are giving to the club. So we need to be able to prepare. We don't want to reach a moment where we are saying we increase the savings and people are throwing stones as if the money is ours. The money is not ours. It is yours, and it's for your benefit. At the end of that day, even if we exit, we give each person their money. They've what? They've saved. We are not taking it anywhere. So it's just for the good of you and the good of the club.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only stress-free investment club with members who are stressed. Can we all stand up, please? At least let us shake our hands and say these following words. We are now saving, and we are freely saving. Because we want to be free and stress-free. Take a seat, please. To be honest with you, when I came in here, I was like, no, these guys, they have got to be under duress. What's happening here? Are you even ready for real estate? Are you ready? Do you know how stressful it is? Real estate has been my passion since I was 19 years. And by the time I reached my 30s, I started aging. I'm bald right now. Not because I want to, but I'm trying to hide something. What I have here is way beyond my time. But do you know why? Stress. But it's beautiful stress when you're getting the benefits. They can tell you so hard, it's this and that, but let me tell you one thing. It's good to be rich. It is, in all corners. I've been on both sides. If I'm to live my life again, I'll still choose to be, and I want you to be rich. That's the reason as to why I'm always on social media, teaching people what to do. And there's nothing I believe as serving others, and then the others will help you get what you want. It's the reason as to why when they called me, it was short notice, but I had to cancel everything and be here. For those who follow me on social media, there's a song I use. Does anyone know it? That means you don't follow me. Where's Ruwega? Look who we are the dreamers. So when I look at you, I want to see dreamers. Because with real estate, it is something which is always far. Okay? Now, I've seen guys here who know exactly what they want. But there's a secret behind this. There's a difference between knowing what you want and having the art of having things done. Did you get that right? You might know what you want. I've seen many people who know, but understanding and putting it in action, those are way different skills. Now, you have your agenda. You know your target. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you what is stopping you and how you can face it such that you can have your dream. Many of you are here saying that we have our members who have exited because of COVID.
Oh, what a lie. What a lie. And you are all convincing yourselves that it is COVID. Trust me, it's not. It's not. See me here? I run what they call a one-man show. When I started this stream, the dream, which is forcing people to call me and lecture them, I believed in myself. I didn't wait for anyone to believe in me. Okay? This year I've been to the US 2 times just to speak to people like you who are getting a lot of money, but they don't know how to go about with real estate. And when they take me there, actually I saw you here arguing about the hotels. I was like, I don't know whether they know what they are talking about. The hotel they took me to, they were paying $500 per night. But I'm glad I wasn't the one who was paying that. They had to do it because they wanted the knowledge. And in the end, they had to pay me. It is so sad that you haven't been following my teachings. Otherwise, by now, you will know what I'm about to tell you. Because I always help people face facts. Get your pieces of paper and pen, and we start. I'm going to start with a few questions because you know when we go to play football, right? We have the ball, we have the players. If we take away, how do they call it? The goalposts, will we continue to play football? Why is that? Let us be quick. Let us be active. Because we have nowhere to score. There's no target. Okay? You jig around with the ball, but in the end, there's somewhere you have to kick and the ball goes in. So that means there's always the other side which is stopping you from doing it. So you develop all the skills, and I'm going to tell you who's stopping you. But you'll be amazed. Those obstacles are within yourselves. Are within yourselves. Former ED or still current? All right, let us go with that. Now, let us set the target first. Okay? Any life, any mission without a target is nothing. You see, when the ship is starting the journey and you speak to the captain should be able, within seconds, to tell you where they're going. The moment the captain stammers in regards to the destination, everyone on the ship will be like, are we sure? So you have to know exactly where you're going. So it has got to be a predetermined destination. And it has to be clear. All right? Now, what we want here is 200 homes. Isn't that the target? 500. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. We are going to start with 200. Okay? Now, this is 200 homes. Do we have the architectural impressions of those homes yet? We do. Thank you very much. All right, how big is the land? 20 acres. Thank you. All right, do you have any idea as to where these 20 acres are? Yet? Not yet. Location? Location, just a moment. Location, unknown. All right, do you have any idea how much it may cost you? Let us try to be quick. Do you have an idea how much each acre is going to cost you? So price Unknown. Okay, right. If I wanted to hit that lamp over there, okay, and I don't hit it, I'll say that Brian, let me tell you one thing. Human beings are very difficult animals. We are animals, I'm telling you. But to gather them in one place and have one common target for a long time, within 2 years, 5 years, you may end up in Butabika if you are not careful. If you try to lead people who don't know exactly where they are going and they don't see the possibilities, it is so hard. Because as we live here, we go back to our homes and we discuss whatever is here. And let me tell you one thing. There's nothing as available here in Africa as negativity. You see, when you come here, you share a common dream. You are dreamers. You want to make it. Now, by the time you live here, you are on a certain vibration as to what you want. When you go back and you speak to those people, they are not here. They are not on the same vibration. Your husband, your wife. What they see is impossibility. And one guy I follow closely called Les Brown said that if someone gives you one negativity, only one, you will need 10 positivities just to come back on the vibration you were on. So who's controlling that? So you go, you come back with this. You go, you come back with this. All right, I'm going, give me back my money. All right, I can't do that. Who pays for that? Who pays for the inconveniences? 10%? 10%? People are wasting their time to be here. People are actually serious, and someone is pulling out, and the inconvenience they are going to face is only 10%. Are you guys really, really serious? This is something so big you're going for. Don't think that it's good. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. It's got to hurt. Okay? Now, you have the architectural impressions, you have the structural drawings. I'm asking you a simple question. Do you have the BOQ of those drawings? Bill of quantity.
Yes, we have.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
All right. Can you tell me the figure?
Head of investment.
Just quickly.
It was 20 billion.
20 billion. Do you see where we are going? Now, according to what you're doing here, does it reflect 20 billion? Does it? Now, the brains which are keeping us here are the brains we are going to disconnect right now and go into another gear. Are we ready? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. That may look like a lot of money, but with the right mind, the right brotherhood, sisterhood, you can do it. Once you agree on time and the force you have to use. To do this, you have to be vigorous. You have to employ different techniques. You see, you cannot have 20 billion when you are still working under a formula which is producing 40 million. By the time you get that money, you will be judges. You will be judges. So we are going to try and talk about different techniques. And by the way, when I tell you this, I'm someone who has done it. At least Warren is here. Warren knows me. In June, before I left for the US, I came up with what they call Bakaluba Millionaire Clubs. I'm going to tell you how I've managed to achieve this. I don't even have any paperwork, but the art of selling. Okay? I bought a piece of land. Warren knows it. I stood at that piece of land at around 10. By the time I left that piece of land, it was within 6 hours, I had collected 1.68 billion shillings. That's what I'm going to teach you. 2 weeks ago, from here you're going to speak to Warren. He's going to tell you. I called him. Where was that? Seguku. I told him, stand here and see what I do. He came with his camera and I told him what to do. By the time I left that place, I had made 2.2 billion shillings through real estate. I'm telling you how it's done. That's where we are going right now. The first thing is branding. Okay? Branding, write that down. You see, now you're going everywhere looking for people to join you. Do they even know you? Do they know you? What confidence do you give them to join you? Do you show them your bank statement? Is that enticing enough for them to join you? I've done my real estate using this phone. I only need to go live and I talk. But one thing I realized about Africans, they believe in what they see. Okay? Once you can talk and they can see what you're doing, then they can believe that there's progress. But if you sit down with them and you just be factual, okay, we can do this, we can do that, their brains tend to go to sleep, hibernation. Okay, we'll do it next year. We'll do the same. And let me tell you one thing, something which doesn't show progress, it becomes a bore. If you did it last year, you did it the same style. It's what you're doing right now, and it's the same formula you're going to apply next year. It's not going to work. People are going to keep on exiting. I don't think it's going to pay. Wow, 20 billion. How are we going to do that? Does that make sense to you? They get bored. You start fighting in your WhatsApp groups. She said this. Who does he think he is? Before you know it, you get agitated. But if there's progress and someone can see that there's something they have got to lose, if they check out, everyone will stay and they will be active. Now, first of all, branding. What do you stand for? Who knows you? I think many of you have seen me going around in the media, from here to there, from here to there, and other people are like, oh, this guy is everywhere. I resent him. I don't like him. Oh, well, who cares whether you like me or not? Who cares? Now, how are you going to brand yourself? How are you going to entice others that, listen, we are doing something and it's moving? Now, first of all, in the era we are in today, social media is the way to go. Did you get that right? Social media is the way to go. You have to do it. And you cannot present paperwork on social media. It's got to be progress. You explain as they see, not as you're going to do. People believe when they see you in action. What you're doing right now is fine because you need the money to start off. which is very fine. But let me tell you the dynamics of real estate. You are going to get all this money in the time you have set yourselves to do so. But you are forgetting the vitals, which is the prices of land changes so quickly here in Uganda. A year or two, I used to buy 1 acre of land in Nakasajja for 100 million. Okay? Now, I used to sell the plot at 25 million. Today, if you go to Nakasajja, it's 150, close to 200. Now, that is within 1 year. Now, what you're doing, you guys, you are keeping your money somewhere for the money to grow. By the time you think about buying the land, it has already gone up. And what they are giving you at the end of the year, you have to be very calculative. You see, in economics, somehow they tell you that saving is good, but saving is for the poor. When the rich get the money, they invest the money. They don't see money, they see workers. So when I get 1 million shillings, I have to make sure that the 1 million shillings is my worker. All right? I put it to work. Good enough, from your bonds, you are getting money. But we are going to reach a situation where we have to think about it. How much are we getting as interest opposed to buying right now a piece of land, and we look at how the price is going to be within 2 or 3 years? Does that make sense? You might not get all of it out, but somehow we have to start. Let us distribute. Can we invest and then keep some? Because you can't do away with all the cash. Okay? You can save, but at the same time you have to invest. Now, when they told me that the piece of land you are looking for is 15 acres, I was like, oh. No, for the construction, because that is our ultimate goal. 20 acres. Where are you planning to be? Bukoloto. Are you guys serious? No, let us be realistic. I'm not trying to put you guys down, but I want us to face facts. You know, once you know the facts, then you can apply the means needed to achieve it, rather than acting like it's not going to happen. It's like saying I'm not going to the doctors. What if they give me the bad news? Well, that you are doing more damage to yourself. You better face the truth and know how to deal with it. Am I right or wrong? Now, guys, for 200 homes, I would suggest that you don't need 20 acres. 500 homes. Oh, where are we going? We are still 200. So, okay, now let us work on the formula. Are we looking for more members, or now we are working towards the... No, we just can't be in two places at the same time. Do we want to enlarge the group, or we want to start moving with the investment? We have to be clear with that. You want the homes. You see, let us solve the confusion. Are we going for the 200 homes or the 500? You don't even know. These are the things now we have to talk about. If you're talking about the 500, now that means you have to put in more energy to look for more members right now. Otherwise, you better start moving towards the 200 homes as you were right now and start applying the doable formula to get it. Okay? And for those homes, the 200 homes, let me tell you, you don't need the 20 acres. You don't. It was said by the architect. I'm the guy in the field. That's a lot of land. That's a lot of land, given how much we are trying to come up with. Because every month we are coming up with 18 million? 18 million? Yeah, 18 million is giving us. In 3 years, at least we should be getting 648. Guys, let us go for 6 acres. For starters, let us have something already in process rather than thinking about it. When people see that you are moving, you are actually, now we have gotten your money and we have invested it. Okay, now pull out. Pull out. And by the time you start that, make the videos, make the impressions, put them out there. Okay? Let people see. Because when you go so technical, Africans, we don't understand that. I remember my dad, when we used to listen to the budget, he could listen throughout, and at the end of the day, he would be like, all right, what is the price of soap and sugar? That's what he wanted. Okay? We can go through all of this, but what we want are structures. And I want us to go violently now towards that. What we have, now we just have to devise a plan on how we are going to multiply that money. Okay, it's going to be a bit difficult if you are saying that all the 500 people are going to be in one place. I'm telling you guys, don't wait too long to buy the land. Because in the end, the money you are saving right now will still be swallowed by the same piece of land, because land keeps on appreciating. And your money is still the same money. All right, the interest is there, but do you get my idea? I might be off a bit, but I'm telling you how I'm doing it. And the only way people get to trust you, how they start being interested, is when they can actually see real progress. Now we are looking for land. We are looking for land. All right? Now we are going to buy the land. Now we have bought the land. So you see, we started off without the land. Now we have the land. Do you have any idea how much each condo is going to cost you? You do? That's beautiful. Because here we are dealing with mathematics. I don't have enough time to tell my story. But if I had, you would see that I'm not discouraging anyone. Because I started off, I think my first investment, I had £3,000, which was around 12 millions by then. Okay? And if I tell how I've done it throughout the years to turn it into billions, then you will believe. That's a story. Maybe I'm going to send you a link and you will enjoy my journey. But as we do this, there's one thing we are going to agree on, all of us. It's going to be discipline. It's going to be discipline. If you think real estate is going to work as a boutique, you better get out. If you think it's going to be a saloon, you better. It's not going to happen within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It is something which has to be embedded within your brain. And for you to keep that dream, you have to believe. The amount of belief you need to make it is so high. It's so high that many people are not going to make it. So difficult. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Now, as you are in your group, you're going to face challenges. Today you're going to be motivated. Tomorrow you're not going to be motivated. As we try to achieve that, there's something happening to us. It's called life. All right? You are okay. She's fighting with the mister. The kids are disturbing him. The landlord is doing this and that. So life is disturbing us, and whatever is within our individual lives, if not controlled properly, it will be reflected in the group. That's why you see some people at one point, they'll be like, all right, hold on, I don't know whether I'm going to make it this month. They may have it, but maybe they're stressed. They have lost something there and they can't see anything. That's when you need leadership to understand each and everyone on a personal level. For me, I have tenants. If I've got a tenant who has been with me for a year and they are having difficulties to pay, I don't simply send a text. I need to come back on a human level to understand what's happening. Because it can happen to anyone. Today you're fine, tomorrow you are not. It's life. Now, this is where good leadership is going to come in. It's very important. And actually, I'm so happy that you chose to put on t-shirts to be here. Because this equality has to be there. At the moment, I have like 5 WhatsApp groups in the US, in Amsterdam, and at least we're over 200 in each one. All of them I'm not in. The only time I go there is when I want to exit someone. Add me in, I'm the admin, I go there, you're out, I exit. I have the final say. I don't discuss it. Because whoever spreads negativity within the group has a way of poisoning it. If you have an issue, inbox. No one wants to be criticized in public. These are just basic manners, all right? And we cannot agree all the time. Never. Being on the same page is totally impossible. So when you have, actually you should have a team. They're normally mature, calm people in a group, 2 or 3. We call them sengas, who you can delegate that, speak to so. They know how to handle people. They don't blame them, but they listen to them and try and see what is happening, because this is going to be a long journey. Otherwise, along the way, you're going to start pulling out. If you don't agree on the basics in the beginning, 20 billion is a lot. And every time a brain sees something so huge, it is wired to go like, okay, all right. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let me go back in my comfort zone. It's comfortable there. Why would I stress? You see, even Sarah is not paying hers. These people are difficult. Do you get it? How we are going to stop that, we are going to make it a bit harder for people to pull out. And a lot of motivation has to be there. Because one thing I've learned about selling, human beings don't buy out of logic. They buy out of emotions. If I wanted to buy a car, no one will give me the money. Okay? But if I got an accident out there and my leg is off, people won't even think. They'll be like, etano jijino, ebidi mukwato wa border. They don't think. If we lose someone, even the stingy people will come out and give something. And in normal life, they wouldn't be giving it out. So it is the emotions. Now, how are we going to create the positive emotions? And we try to keep it there. You see, every day I post something and all my followers now know me as a dreamer. And as a dreamer, I tell them that I make it happen. I want you to listen to that World Cup song. Look who we are the dreamers. Now they know that as my anthem. And today I take them to a certain site. I'm going to start just down. After a week, it's going up. So I tell them every day that it's happening. It's happening. Before you know it, one person is telling the other that, listen, there's this guy who's making it and it's happening. And they keep on calling. Am I right? There's something I can tell you with absolute certainty because I know it. All right. What's that number there? Yeah.
These WhatsApp messages are over 1,000.
So for the hours I've sat down here, at least I've got more than 1,000 people looking for me. And they are not calling me to say hi. They are calling me to do business. I was surprised yesterday when Brian told me that he has tried to reach me several times about selling a piece of land. Is that right or wrong? Why did you look for me?
Business.
They don't know me, but I think they know that I have the art of selling. Okay? I don't look for people. They start looking for me. So, first of all, put on your t-shirts. Make a video on the land. Have the architectural impressions going at the back. Be specific as you're sending out the message. That this is going to be 2 years. This is going to be 10 years from now. But as we started, this is what we can show off for the last 2 years. We started off with nothing. But at least we have achieved this. We know exactly where we are going. What you're doing there, you are demonstrating confidence. And people love confidence. It attracts. It attracts. You know, you have those members in your family. When they say something, they'll say, who said that? Sir, Alimba. Yeah, no, she pledged. How much did she say? 100. Is that all we need for the meeting to close? Yeah. Don't close the business. We still need 100. Why? It is Sarah who said. We all know her. Everyone knows you that you are someone who cannot go through with it. And there's someone, even if they are not in the meeting, once they say that, I'm going to give you 200, they'll say, all right, listen, close the meeting. We have hit the target. How are you going to be that? Now, for the guys who are dealing with your investments, I'm going to sit down with them. Try to help them draw at least a 5-year realistic plan. Okay? Let us try to come up with different games on how we can enlarge the amount we have. Because that is the only way we can do it. Otherwise, mathematics don't lie. If you have 1.8 in 5 years, it's 1.8. You need 20. Let us take our heads out of the sand and be realistic in a positive way. I don't believe in anyone saying that it's not doable. I've seen how I've made billions without any paperwork, but simply just sitting down, going on the internet, reading the reviews, trying to think what people are thinking, and knowing what is going around. And then I come up with something. and boom. You see, we are going to get out of the box for a moment, because I believe if you're inside the box, you cannot read the labels outside. Now our target is going to be getting out of the box and read. If the formula we are using mathematically is not going to enable us reach that target, we have to devise other means. And trust me, those means are there. I've seen people make a lot of money in real estate, but it's just a matter of changing strategy, being decisive, and being able to learn. There are certain ways of making money, but most of them are simply safe. They don't allow room for multiplying. Now, we are going, the reason as to why I say that I'm going to be speaking to your administrators, this is going to take a lot of time. Because first of all, it is reading the people involved in this. Because the only people who can stop what you are doing right now are the people within. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. So those people who are going to make it happen are going to be within. Those people who are going to stop it are going to be within. We are going to sit down and work out on a few basics. I told you about the Sengas, because staying together from different backgrounds, different houses, different marriages is so hard. We as adults are so hard to deal with. So hard. I'm telling you, because at one point I go crazy with the amount of people I deal with. Currently I have like 50 projects which are going on, and it's all managed and decided by me. The estates I'm selling, the WhatsApp groups, me as a person. In the beginning, people were paying me $100 for 30 minutes to consult. I reached a point I couldn't do it. You may look at it as a lot of money, but when I looked at what I was doing, nah. That's why when you called me here, I was like, are you going to put that on social media? I said, fine. Where I am, I have to make sure that the time I've put in is going to be seen by many, because there are other groups which are going to benefit from this. Now, it's doable, but we are just going to change the strategy a little bit. When we invest money somewhere, we have to look on the other side as well. Is it okay for now to save, or is the right time to invest? We keep on checking. Otherwise, we may go a safe way and keep on getting just little money. Money which is not going to help us hit the target. But guys, remember, we have to do what? We have to hit the target. The target which I wanted to ask you in the beginning. Do you know this? With life, you cannot be sketchy. That's why even when we are going to build for you a house, the first thing we'll do for you is to create an architectural impression, such that we can impress it upon your mind that this is how your house is going to look. We even draw a picture of a wife, a husband somewhere seated having tea, such that your brain can see it. Whatever the mind can see and conceive, it can achieve. Let us see it. Let us hold on to it, and then we fight. But you cannot fight for what you are not even sure of. Where is the location? The location has got to be predetermined, because the location is going to dictate how much you need. You can't be sketchy about it. Are we okay with this? I can help you with that. Otherwise, we are going to save and we are going to be late. There's somewhere I was doing an interview and I was telling people that, guys, please do invest. Invest right now. Because anyway, it doesn't matter whether you're in a village or where, it's going to develop. Why? people produce, but land does not produce. So the demand is going to go up, or it's going to be there all the time. So if point A is expensive, we are going to go to point B. If point B is expensive for us, we'll go to point C. The only thing that we are going to have when we go to point C is to wait slightly longer. And I'm asking you a question. You're going to tell me that, the time. Why do you worry about time? Time will pass anyway. It doesn't matter whether you think about it, you worry about it, it's going to do what? You might think 10 years from now is a long time. But I'm telling you, 10 years is nothing. I have a goal. There are certain things I can't go through with you right now, but I'm going to sit down with a few. We discuss it realistically. They will come back to you. They will speak to you with the confidence. With the confidence. And with that confidence, you are going to achieve what you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Haj Bakaruba. We are very, very humbled. And allow me to see him off. Yes, let's get running. Any 2-3 questions, guys?
Yes,
please.
I'm here with the microphone. I'm Kitui Deborah again, Next Move Properties. Mr. Bravo, you're still the CEO? Yes, at least today. Kindly, especially for us in real estate, we need that day. We need to convert these 12 millions to billions. Please, we need that whole day. Okay. Number 2, I need a picture with him.
Okay, I just need a business card because I've seen an opportunity and I would like to seize it. I'm called Emma Ayebale. I work with La Homa Properties and Michael Parr Real Estate. So I would like to actually consult with you. So I need your business card.
Okay. Thank you, Haji. I appreciate. My name is Aloysius Kasumu once again. I'm a writer, and I also do consultants and writing. Him and the team here, as part of my team, work with under the Bravo Shoes Community Support Organization. However, I'm also a businessman. There's a component in oil and gas where I'm a retailer. I deal in LPG gas. And I have a concept which solves 3 problems. I'm solving time, creating convenience, and creating opportunities for the women and youth. I wish to share with you, if you ever get some time and we talk about it. It's well researched, LPG, we can talk about it. Thank you very much.
So much, guys. Okay. And very capture the moment, guys. No, you should wear? You should what? Okay, because we are many, we're going to take a picture with him in it, okay? Because of space. They're joining the club? Okay. He's a big man, huh? He doesn't, you save little. So, in appreciation as well, we have awarded him 500,000 for his time, because we agreed that he gives us enough time, not just that I'm busy, isn't it? Yeah, this is for his fewer guys. Yeah, yes. Thank you so much. We're having resolutions, guys. Let me take you through. Our legal secretary is away. Go ahead.
Yes, Ron.
Just proceed. Brad. Ron, in 1 minute.
Yes, I just wanted to ask Haja just to give us the specifics of the type of land we need. Since our land nowadays is too tricky, what are the top tips for people who want to buy land? What should they look out for? Just within 1 or 2 sentences, without wasting time.
Yes. I think he's talking in terms of location, is it?
Yeah, location and everything else. Now that land has so many issues, for someone who wants to buy land, what should they look out? What are the red flags?
Okay.
Because once you've done so many transactions, like a person like you, you exactly know that once they talk of this, get into your car and run for your dear lives.
Thank you. Now, okay, in 30 seconds, what you want the land for, the purpose, is going to determine the location. Okay? If you are looking for something commercial, definitely you have to look for somewhere where it makes sense. Okay? You're not going to go in Bukoroto and buy somewhere there. So you have to be mindful about that. Now, when it comes to how to check for any red flags, first of all, you need to send someone on the ground. You guys, you need to trust your instincts. Many people, they go to lands, they send someone to check, but you have to apply human psychology. Normally, when I'm talking to people and I'm going to buy land, I look out for body language. Because body language is 95% communication, okay? The 5% is what you can tell me. Someone can get my piece of land, go to Nasa Road, get an ID, and actually they can get a duplicate of the title, and you sell to Haji Bakaluba, who's not Haji Bakaluba. The best thing you can do, go back to the village. That's where you do all the vital checks. Speak the due diligences. Go and speak to the LC, the neighbors. If there's any fight within that piece of land, you get it. There are certain people who have all the land, but let us say that they inherited it. They are like 5 or 6. Someone is somewhere in South Africa. They're supposed to be 6, and you are in agreement with the 5. When you buy that piece of land, it only takes one person to come back, put on a caveat, and you're done. The paperwork is true, but within the family, they're having their wrangles. So I think this will be too long. We'll discuss it later.
Thank you so much.
Discuss it later.
Thank you so much. Due diligence. That's why even when the land was there, we told the club to do due diligence, do search. We did valuation, professional valuation. And yes, the land has no encumbrance, has no squatters. It's big land. And that's why we enticed it with the head of investment that can we put in our money? Maybe after a year or 2, we can decide to resell, to come and afford the expensive property. You get it? Because now you can't buy in Nigeria, you can't buy anywhere. It's either put money somewhere and then later you sell when the market values go higher without going through the process. Hey, and you just go by.
Before we do the resolutions, I just want us to go through this theme. I think we wrote it here, but we didn't explain it for this year. That's building communities, building futures.
Head of investment, just a minute. These things need to go back to the hotel. So whoever wants something that is there, let's finish it, guys. They have informed us that the little that is there, they need to carry these things back, so it's our food. Thank you.
So this theme underscores the social impact of housing investments, highlighting the potential to not only provide homes for our club members, but also to contribute to the growth and development of what? Communities. I think that's what we talked about, that we are not building houses just for the members, but we need to also to be able to develop the what? The community. The reason why our thing is a little bit expensive, because we want most of the amenities to be within the reach of the members where they are staying. Health, education, any other utility services. So that made our BOQs a little bit more expensive, but we can achieve it. So the resolutions for this year is that the club starts internal lending to members, and I think that will have, I talked, we need to streamline before we start it. But we need to pass it and members agree to it as we put the structures in what? In place. So those are some of the things we need to put so that we help members that they...
Now, let's vote on per resolution, not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the resolution is, should it go internal lending? Do members agree? By show of hands, let's agree, because these are resolutions that we're taking as general internal lending. But now, the internal lending will only take place when the system has been put in place. Are we together? Let's accept the internal lending, but we shall only do it when the system has been rolled out. And he's going to help us on that system. How we're going to do it is that we shall open up, for example, wallet money from Airtel, okay? Wallet money from Airtel, and that wallet money under the club, then so that we can be able to immediately send in if somebody requests. So that's how we're going to switch it as well. Maybe we can, and even how much do we put in place? Okay? We say we open lending. We're going to put there maybe first 50 million. We are capping it up there, isn't it? Yeah. Are we agreeing? Like 50 million. Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if there's any objection to that.
Is there any objection? Yeah? Wonderful. Okay, we are agreeing. 50 million is what we have capped. Interest? I am suggesting 5. 3? No, 5 is very little, guys. It's okay. And 5 per month. These are small amounts, guys. 5% of 1 million is how much? Is 50,000. Is that a lot of money? Yeah? Yeah? 5% is okay, isn't it? Let's not let's not pray in our own money, because you're paying interest on your own money. Yes. Huh? Second microphone. Okay, yes. Yes.
50%.
Yes.
Which is maximum 1.5.
Yes.
So 5% of 1.5, how much is that? I think it should be realistic. If we go to 1, 2, 3, we are not in business.
Yes. 1.5 million, 5% is 75,000, isn't it? Yes.
Okay, that the Constitution provides for a board of trustees to be instituted.
Board of trustees. Have you understood the board of trustees?
Okay, in the Constitution we are saying the members on the executive team will serve for 3 years, and then they will be able to hand over.
They can always be reported.
But we are saying that they can also be able to come back, but cannot serve more than what?
2 terms.
2 terms.
Great. Now, the suggestion the legal secretary was saying on the issue of the board of trustees, listen carefully. Suggesting that those members, the board of trustees, okay, shall cease to be executive members. And you need to be retained as overseers of the organization. We shall create a body position for them in the organization, e.g., trustees, elders, advisory members. Their duties are to give directions to organizations in case of impasse, conflict resolution among members, and mostly to form interim leadership in case of intrigue, conflicts within the executive. This will need to amend the existing constitution to reflect the changes and also pass a resolution by members. I think we're doing all this to protect the club, guys. Do you get it? To protect the club. So are you agreeing to that? Yes? Who is this?
Ron, yes? I think he's muted.
Ron has not slept. Can imagine he's 24 hours awake in the US. So are we passing that, guys? Do we put up a board of trustees? We are not spending money on it. We are volunteers. So it's not an expense, but we want to put up in case the executive has a problem, and now we need to move forward and appoint, interim members to avoid these challenges. And as we have all this, which means the members are all safeguarded, guys, that will not mess up here and there. Yes. There's somebody who I was saying, isn't it? Are we good to go? Yes. Are we done with our resolutions?
Maybe another recommendation I would want us to pass. We had said in the investment, we shall not take any other investment after what? 5 years. But I don't think I would love to work in a rigid club after this session, because we're going to have very many sessions with Hajiba Kaluba. But I want us to propose that if there is a proper proposal for us to be able to buy land, we should be able to take it, even if the 5 years have not what?
Yeah, so that we start.
Because, our intention, why I did the valuation of this land, because it was belonging to Kemi, our intention is that we had to come to the AGM when we have something that we need to show to the what? To the members, an investment that is going to give us more mileage. Because if we have 51 acres and we sold them after 2 years, it will be almost double what we bought that land. Because the reason why I looked at that place, I think it was in Mpigi Gomba, because of the Maya Mpigi Express, which is going to cut that side, and we don't know where it's going to end up, and that land is going to be what? More prime in the next future. At the moment, it's still low and looks very cheap, but if we don't take decisions, I know because we've tied ourselves and made ourselves rigid. This is what Haj Barakawa was talking about. We can make it, but we are not guided on how we can be able to do what? To get there, because we fear that if we do it, members are going to come back what? Fighting us. Why did we do this?
When we do that and take a decision, members, we shall put on our uniform and go and have fun there, so that we see what we are
so
purchasing.
With guidance from Haj, I think, and extra discussions, we want to pass that if there is an opportunity for us to have land that is consolidated, the club goes ahead and does what?
And buys it.
Buys it, as long as it doesn't encroach so much on the members' what? Savings, because we have enough money that we can be able to dispose of at the moment.
Emma wants to say something? Minarate, yes.
Not say yes. Because
Please, members, when they say yes, it's okay. Yeah, maybe that.
Maybe you can have someone pass the proposal.
Okay,
then
somebody
it
can pass
be
the proposal,
seconded.
then, yes. Then seconds, then we move. Hey, Emma. You're going to be the head of. Guys, let's move.
To Deborah Wova, still in line with the proposed resolution, that we could go ahead and look into investing in land, like actually buying land, as we shall be advised by Haj. But for now, my input would be, if we look at Kemi's land, and it's viable, we could go in for it, but mostly not necessarily as investment for reselling, but we could look at land where we would actually settle in the future, unless otherwise. That would, it is still growing. We could value the value it would make within that time as a profit, as well as our property, which we can build on. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you proposing secondment? Somebody seconding so that we move?
Putting a brick on what my sister is saying, I propose that we also put a committee to go ahead and verify. This also can include ordinary members, like some of us. We go ahead and verify, and then we give also a report during our monthly. We don't need to wait for the AGM.
No, the
Yes.
AGM is ahead there.
You understand? So
Yeah.
we can pick a few members of interest, go ahead and verify, come back and give a report to the executive. And also I second the issue. Actually, we've been having challenges, I think, because of that. If we put a board, now we are seeing where stress-free is taking shape, such that the executive is answerable to some people, because of course at the end of the day, the board also will be answerable to the AGM. So the board will be neutral and will be our eyes. I second that.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
We are good to go, all our resolutions. Now, the committee, let's be very fast. As we have said it, loaning, okay? Going to open up our internal lending, okay? I am proposing Emma Bunuzi as somebody who's going to head that team. She's Emma Bunuzi there. Or if they say anybody, I second her. If anyone also wants to come up, then through her, we can have a team of members that can be able to handle our lending. Somebody online?
Yes, Ron. Ronald Teranja, I see your hand is up.
Okay. As he comes up, Ron, when you open, you just speak. Secondly, we want a secretary, an administrative secretary. Okay? An administrative secretary, because we're having challenges of these minutes, writing. You know, this is voluntary work. Some few people cannot be there. We want an administrative secretary. Okay? They are complaining because we're telling them to unmute. They are not unmuting. We have to leave. Guys, we have to leave this place. Enam Simon. Somebody is proposing Enam Simon. I had also proposed Enam Simon.
People online, can you hear us? I think there's something with the volume. I don't know. Nothing is coming through from there.
Okay. Who is that? Unmute and say them, please, because we are running short of time. Our sincere apologies. We are getting tired. Enam, Simon, please speak out so that we move. Who is able to read his chart, guys? If you can help us, if you read his chart, let him put it in the group. Let him put in the group. Let's put it in the group, Simon, so that we move. We are proposing Simon as our secretary administrator, okay? So that those challenges you've been saying, minutes, what, are not there. Simon can handle that. We put him on board as our secretary administrative, as we have the legal secretary already. Is that okay? Are we passing it? Then for those who are loaning, as I've proposed Emma, I am proposing. Who is seconding Emma?
I second Emma. Ruth Beth Namaiga.
Ruth Namaiga is seconding Emma. Who is taking a notes? Are you taking this? Now, about Emma, we shall have a team of people who are going to help Emma on verifying people that need loans. Through, of course, administration will help them. You see how we are taking off this? We want to take it out of management, isn't it? And it becomes independent, and we know that who are the members handling. Maybe this, we can leave it out. If we have agreed that Emma takes it up, Emma will get the 4 members. I mean, in the group, we can go in the WhatsApp group, and those who are ready to move forward to be on the team. Ameria is ready? Are you joining? Sorry? Which Doreen? Waboba. Deborah, are you ready? Deborah has accepted. Ameria is taking it up. Those are 3. Angela, you're taking it up? Angela Nandaura. Have you heard from him, Norman? Okay, Norman. We have a team of 5 people. Name them. Write them. Deborah Waboba, right. Deborah Waboba, Angela Nandaura, Emma Ayebale, and Ameria who? Not Kunda Ameria. They have taken up their own what? Department. Is that okay, guys?
Seconded.
Norman, put Norman Muhirwe, is also coming. Who else? What else? Are we going to go?
We have to get a committee because we don't have time that will be able to go and verify.
Yes.
The land.
For the land, the committee. Who are ready to go and when? Next week. Who are ready to go and say that Angela is going? Nkumba, you're going. West. Which day can we have? I like days so that we move. Which day? Tuesday? Sorry? No, everyone will choose a convenience day. Nkumba, I know your job is very tense with the Bank of Uganda. Is it? Sorry, that week is right. No, so which means if it is week, no, Tuesday, because Thursday, Friday, no, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is school time. We're going to have problems. So Tuesday, we have agreed, isn't it? Tuesday, what time? What time can we make it? 8 in the morning.
Yes,
and we are going to be carried, Bravo, I will give you transport, but you have to pay fuel, You have to account for fuel of 100,000 as a club. Now, I've donated a lot in the club, but the car will be available. It's a
Just read the name
seater.
again. Names again.
Sorry?
Angela.
Angela Nandaura. Emma, Ameria, Deborah, Waboba, and we are good to go. We are taking this team of loans out of administration. None of our admins is, so we shall work on how we work best so that they can have that system in place. Very open system. Okay, for the, how many? I don't want to be on 12 because the car takes 12. And sometimes I'm worried of my tires because I see all of you,
Maybe what I'm giving to the club,
yeah,
I'll be able to provide the digital system.
Okay, listen to this, guys.
So we shall provide the digital system from the digital innovations.
It's providing us a digital system to fund our loan.
That will help us to manage the interest, the repayments, and maybe soon we shall migrate all our people to one centralized what? System
the
that
system
belongs
we're
to
trying
the club.
out. That
So
can,
we'll provide that system. So it will take time for us already. The module is already there. So we'll just agree on the parameters and have them incorporated in the system.
Thank you so much. And I think we are done. We have come to the end of our resolution, isn't it? Any resolution? We are supposed to resolve also members who are below 2 million. Guys, should we resolve? We get them out. By the last year, we resolved that those who are below 720, which means below a year. So should we resolve that those who are below 2 million, we also allow them to go as well? Yeah, because we are getting serious now. We are buying land. If you're buying land, people will start coming to claim. We don't want that. Okay? We take a resolution that people who are below 2 million, we exit them. We allow them to go. But like a 10% here. Should we resolve, guys? What do we do? For members who are like, you have seen that we have 13 million, that there are receivables, money that is not being picked from members. What do we do? Or else, guys. Or else, let's do this.
They have areas of
Simon, are you there?
Yeah, more.
Or else, the property we buy.
Yes, I'm saying they have areas of more. They should exit.
The areas of? Simon.
I'm saying people who have a billion have areas of more than a year worth of contributions. So they are lagging, they are really lagging, and therefore should be exited.
Only 2 million shillings. Okay, so we allow everybody who is below 2 million, isn't it?
When does that take effect? When does it take effect?
When does that take effect? Immediately.
Hello?
Nina, you want to advise? Somebody's talking.
Brian?
Online, yes. Go ahead. Who is this?
Brian?
Yes, who is this?
I have a suggestion that we could give them a grace period in which they can pay and catch up with other members. And if the grace period is over and they have not acted, then they can exit.
Who is this speaking? Who is talking?
Pamela.
Pamela. Noted. Pamela says we give a grace period that from December, isn't it? Up to December, isn't it? Up to December, which is good, isn't it? We are becoming more human. But another thing, I want to suggest this. Should we buy this land? Only members that will be up to date will be the investors. We want to cap it seriously. And up to date when? By end of June? Or by as of today? Isn't as of today? If they do what? Yes, we need to cap it up. Yes, we need to cap it up. We need to start biting. We don't have fines, but let's just bite you on that. That investment only is for members who are up to date today.
Let's give them only 30 days so that we can give them a chance to redeem themselves.
30 days? Okay, write it. It's okay. 30 days? Mbaraba. But starting next year, we shall be hitting the... Why, guys, by the way, we don't display names. You know why? For privacy of members. You get my point? I respect the privacy of each and every member, but much as of you want... we shame them. We shame them. We don't want that. The system will do what? So let's respect members, isn't it? 30 days from today. 30 days from now. No, for as long as, you see, all the investment we are starting, you claim only when you're up to date. Yeah. If you're up to date, it's all right. If you're not up to date, your money is in an account, we exit you. Uh-huh. Pay up to date. We can do that. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. I think we are done on our resolutions. Emma. Meeting of? Eh? Okay, for people not attending meetings, guys, by the way, let's do this. Ronald, we are having another resolution. Let's propose them today that we are going to lower the decision makers. Okay? The decision makers, because we are tired of wanting decisions taken, we are going to lower the number to the minimum number of 30 members. Are we agreeing? Because we are looking for members are not there, isn't it? And besides that, guys, by the way, we have members who are saving seriously, but they are not showing up.
Maybe, Brian, to cut you short, I think we had agreed a percentage of the members who are present, not just a certain figure. Because
no, of course it goes into the percentage as well. So we lower the percentage, isn't it? Yes, we have forgotten one solution. Nina should have been the one to present it. We have another challenge. And this challenge is annual subscription, okay? We want to take a decision again. Annual subscription should be paid on your accounts, okay? And the club will take it off your accounts. We are tired. You send money, you forget you save it as savings, then you want us to remove it. Nobody has that time, guys. We say, put money on your what? On your accounts. Then by September 30th, we just pull it from your savings. It is okay, and we shall be correcting it very well. Yes, September. No, we make sure that each September 30th, for us, we are pulling this year's subscription. Yeah, which is very good.
Okay, the reason why that is passing is because the system we are using is not making it very easy for the what?
For the
accountant to reconcile what is being paid under membership and then what is being paid under savings.
Ron, our treasurer. Ron, go ahead.
Yes, Brian, I wanted to ask you whether we have a resolution in regards to, I wanted to see whether we have any resolution informing members whether we need to begin looking for land. We need to begin the process of land acquisition.
I think you've not. Yes, members have passed the resolution on that. I think you missed something wrong, but it's a resolution that was passed by members.
Okay, so we have it. Okay. That's what I wanted to find out.
Thank you. Yes? People who are not attending? Yes. Yeah? To the club. Non-attendance AGM. Okay, fines. I don't like fines because sometimes somebody has not attended, he has a challenge. Okay? Yeah? If we've got apologies, what do? We pass a resolution. Non-attendance, we fine them. We don't do that. Okay, Emma, I request that you let's leave that. Members are going through different challenges. Everybody would want to come here. But I appreciate that today we have attended. But to do this simple, make sure that the percentage of members that will take a decision, we go to? Because we may not get 51%. Yes, so we go to what percentage? 30%. We're allowing 30%. And then you argue when 30% have taken a decision on you, when you have not shown up online and you have not shown up physically. We are passing that resolution. 30% of members. To avoid these who are not serious who are come. But by the way, we have members who are good. For them, they want a sense of direction. This is the beauty about this club. Some people don't want the husbands to know they are saving. Others don't want to appear publicly. You get it? I'm telling the truth. They are doing it. You fix a meeting online because it is at night, the husband is there. You know, we have problems, guys. So we need to excuse them for that, and we do that. But the guys, we need to be compassionate. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Let's take it to manage that. 30% will take decisions. Because, guys, we are not taking wrong decisions here that are selfish. We are taking decisions that are improving us, isn't it? 30%, we've passed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to have a group photo. And I will declare this AGM.
Okay. We count from 5 to 0.
From 5 to 0.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
Someone in charge of the cake, please take over. Emma.
Guys.
The cake lady, kindly take
I declare our AGM.
A closing prayer.